Hello, everyone, and welcome to week two of the past and present Frenzy European Global World Super League. And it has been a hell of a first week. Some of us have been denied, like myself, and some people have had glorious results, like Tom. I feel like I was a little bit set up. Fanta Hunter, if you're out there, you're a liar. You're not an average player, and you put nine past me, and it hurt. Every goal hurt. I'm not going to make this about me because I don't want the shame to continue as it already has done on X. Tom, how did your first week go?
Yeah, I mean, good old Challen, season one legend of the Discord. He's been with us for a couple of years. Unfortunately, I had to set my stall out pretty early and, show that Team Frenzy are here to not just to play, but to win 11-0, 8-0 by
11.
11-0 in the first game against Challen, 8-0 by 35 minutes in.
So,
Poor
oh, so
bastard.
you took the foot off the gas then.
Took off gas, but now I'm kind of regretting that because I know that we've spoken about goal difference and whatnot, and hopefully it doesn't come down to goal difference. But as we'll discuss later on, the fairly even league, I would say, from based off of game week one.
Fairly even league, very uneven scoring in the league.
Yeah, and that is
Almost
one glaringly obvious thing that we've seen.
50% more goals from Team Frenzy versus Team Fitzy. So
Mm.
people out there that are maybe thinking the teams are a bit uneven, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to get to game week 4 before we start using those excuses. So tonight we are joined by 10 wonderful people who are going to be covering both friendly matches. So we get to see some of the people competing in the league. We've got two P&P games going today, which are huge games amongst huge teams. And then we're going to close the night out with two of the fan favourites, Gav and Smithy, who are going to come in and give us a wonderful friendly to see out the night. Those of you that are with us, thank you very much for coming along. Our first games tonight are going to be involving Ben, who's very well, Ben Anakin on X is going to be joining us. And the other person taking part in that game is going to be, if you bear with me one second, Strategic.
Yeah.
Strategic FC. And then after that, we have Lou, who is a new member of the Discord, versus Burr, very, very well known. We have Lucy versus Jack in what will be a P&P game. We're going to see the mighty Paris Saint-Germain versus the mighty Sunderland. So we're looking
Away the
forward to that
lads.
one. And then we've got Kosovo
Kosovo,
versus United VYD, who does he have Real Madrid?
Madridster. He is a Madridster. Yeah.
Madrid. So we're going to see Kosovo versus Madrid. And then seeing us out, we're going to have the mighty Barcelona or Bantalona, as they are in Gav's hands, versus Smithy, who is representing his hometown club of
Colchester.
Colchester. That's it. That's it. Eventually, my memory will work, and when it does, I'll remember who I am, and I'll be able to get in contact with my loved ones. But until then, we'll just keep on going through the memory loss, like it
Absolutely.
doesn't matter. We're going to have our first game coming to us via Discord, so I'm just going to go and get that queued up at the moment. So we've got a friendly game here. Obviously, Ben, very well known in the Discord, particularly amongst members who play frequently. I've played him this week. It was a great game, picked up a lot. It was really good to play Ben straight off the bat, being able to just see where he's at, see where myself is at, and stuff like that. And then going on from that, Strategic is a new member of the Discord, very well known on X. And we're excited by what he's going to bring to the table. And obviously, that's going to be a hell of a game. Talking of the first week, as a captain of Team Frenzy, what stands out for you as like indicators that you're in a really strong position?
Yeah, I mean, I think we alluded to it very early on in the episode is goals. I think that the boys have just brought an abundance of goals. We've set our stall out, as I said. We've shown Team Fitzy that we are here to try and just obliterate. And we did that on the first game week, maybe not by the actual points on the table, but more so how convincing we are in the way that we do approach our games. We'll go through the goals, we'll go through the table, I'm sure, at some point during this episode. But yeah, the boys have done me proud this first week, and we've shown as you'll see when we look at the table, we've had a good game week. We've had a very
No,
solid,
you have. You
very
have.
solid.
You've had a great
Some
game week.
games that we lost, we still put up a really good fight. But Team Fitzy, sorry, we know that game week 2, as we see tonight, they're going to be coming for blood because they've got a point to prove this week.
Well, not only a point to prove, but just with the unknown quantities. So I myself may have conceded 9 goals. And now I face the person this week who also scored 9 goals in their opening game. For those keeping score in those 2 games, that is 18-2 to Frenzy. Now, of course, when he did get into Milan, we did talk about Tom stacking the deck, and of course, he's been very kind in taking on these new members of the PNP, just bringing them under his wing to aid them in as they come and destroy everyone. You have a team full of ringers. I am 100% on the side of Fitzy with this. Why have you done it?
Well, I'm good friends with Fanta. He's a really good lad on Twitter. Been speaking to him for quite a while now. A little side hustle of getting platinum trophies. Well, hopefully we can add a different kind of trophy to his collection today or this season with the Clash of Clans crown that you can probably see on your screens in front of you. I know that this is going to be a really interesting next 7 game weeks ahead of us, and long may it continue. Schalke, what a journey. We got Strategic tonight with his Fulham squad. He'll be playing against Ben in, a couple of minutes from now.
Yeah.
It's nice to see because even when we started doing these live streams, we had, 2-3 matches and people who actually were available. Now we've got 10 people here. We've got 5 different matches tonight. It just shows that we're growing.
Yeah, to have this many people coming in tonight, given that the fixtures only came out yesterday. So it just shows you how committed people are, how much they want to be involved, and how much we love having them involved. And as we go into this first game, there's some real good excitement here because Ben's been doing a lot of training, a lot of practicing, some coaching, and Strategic. Obviously, with that Fulham side, he's going to bring a lot of passion and a lot of drive because when you are representing these smaller teams like Fulham or Colchester, it's a work of passion. And you're not doing it to be the best in the game. You're not doing it to flex on people. You're doing it essentially to handicap yourself in the game to have the best emotional experience. And I think that's what it is with the P&P League. It's not just a footballing experience, it's an emotional one. You become attached to the teams, you become attached to the rivalries, the characters that come out in the games. We get connected to them. We start to cheer for people. We start to boo people. I didn't realize I'd be booing you this quick.
Mate, give yourself a pat on the back. It's not been that far, is it? I do think the 9-1 drumming has probably got in your head early on, but we'll see.
No, it was fine. It was fine. Every man's soul should leave his body during a football game. I recommend it. It was great. What I did was I made a tactical master plan. I was getting beat 3-1, and I thought I'm going to put my defenders on full, and then I conceded 6 more. So tactical masterclass from me there, showing that not only can I not play the game anymore, but I don't understand it either.
You know what not to do next time. That's one thing, isn't it?
Yeah, not play somebody with a big Twitter account so I don't get raked over the coals. Yeah, that'd be cool.
The Schalke army is rising, I'm telling you.
Bro. 9 on the Doc's head, and then it turned into 99999, and then just honestly, the abuse is real, and I'd be doing the same thing. So that's fair.
I just want to point out before we do go into this. I mean, you and Gav have been giving me shit for losing 1 match in season 1. You've matched that tally in game week 1. So just put it out there. So we'll just let that settle, and let's go.
No, I agree with you. You did an incredible job, and I wish you nothing but success all the time in your journey to be the best that you can be. So we're going to bring in Ben's stream. He's streaming on Discord for us today. We'll stream up on a full screen.
We've got a bit of a crowd within the Discord as well.
Indeed, we've got Ben, we've got Dobby, myself, Gav, and we're well set up here as we look towards the first game. Obviously, Ben here about to invite his competitor over. What are your thoughts about this game? How do you think it's going to go?
Well, I mean, both of these boys are representing Team Fitzy, so hopefully, if any of my lads are either in Discord, I encourage them to come and watch and see what is on offer from Sunderland or Bayern Munich this evening. I think we're going to see a bit of a change from Mackham. He was using a diamond, I believe, in game week 1. Gone back to the 2 pivot DMs.
Yeah,
I believe so.
I know. I know that feeling.
Yeah. But, again, I mean, with tonight's evolution as well, I mean, incredible 3 playstyle plus as well, I believe. So let's see if the boys have been, grinding since 6 o'clock. It's a hard one to judge because we've only seen a little sample from Mackham, although he's so active in the Discord. So fair play for him to chucking himself in. Ben's one of these people where if he turns up and he's in the right frame of mind, he can easily beat the top of the top. In this Discord. I know we had a very close game with Steve earlier as well.
I have it on good authority that Ben has been working on a couple of skill moves.
I'm sure he has.
There's skill moves that people in the Discord don't know about.
Oh, well, this is my question to you.
Leaked.
There he is. We'll have to mute.
They won't be leaked. It's all getting kept secret.
So they're gonna. They're not coming out tonight. Then
hang on. Is it panic stations at Team 50?
I mean, who knows? Depending on how the game goes. If it's going to be one of them games where it's going to be a bit tricky, then who knows? They may have to come out with a few of them, but we'll see.
Fair play. Well, Doc, just a question to you: Have Team Fitzy had that team meeting yet? Have they recouped and gone right? What's gone on? Any choice words?
When you have a team full of leaders, you wouldn't know about this, but when you have a team full of leaders, the individual responsibility is taken, and then the collective responsibility will be taken once people have had a chance to prove their worth. Right now, it's not panic stations, it's just a 3-point gap. This week we're going to come up against some top teams, some lesser teams. There's going to be some mismatches, but also there's going to be mismatches in our favor as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So going into this, I'm really confident that the lads don't need to be drag over coals or brought into a group chat or anything like that. First and foremost, it's about having fun.
Exactly.
Which is what everybody on the losing side says. It's about winning. We all know it's about winning. Winning
I'll
is all
say
about
that line next week.
But we're in a good position. We have the best coach available who can come and help people out if they need help in terms of getting themselves up to a certain level. We have good tacticians. We have people who have a good understanding of the game. If we have to go complete ractics and we have to sort of become the dark side of foot, then we will do that because we have to beat you.
Yeah.
It's not just me that wants to beat you. It's your brother as well.
That's fine. It's been this whole journey, and this is what it's about. As you said, it's about having that rivalry, clash of captains, 8 weeks of pure banter, stories being written, characters being built. We've just seen Ben chatting then about, he's been working on some dark arts and we're going to hopefully see it. He's going to keep it quiet and then all of a sudden, boom. So we've got to get our boys ready.
I just want to throw a big shout out to Dobby, who has been kind enough to play a few games with me this week and has been working with Ben as well. So thank you, Dobby, for your help this week. It did nothing for my game. It just filled me full of confidence and then I got battered. But looking at the team, and obviously we have a bit of a delay here in getting the game going, we're going to look at some other things now. The results from week 1, they were interesting. I'm trying to find them right now in the Discord. I know we have the TikTok. I wonder if we have.
You can look at my Twitter page and it will be the video there.
Okay, perfect. We'll go.
Yeah, we have got it on there, yeah.
And we'll bring up the video.
Yeah.
Let me find the gentleman.
And the thing is that we want to show as well as the characters, we want to show the different kind of goals that are scored in gameplay. We can look at goals of the week even. Just sharing different ranges of how you can play the game. I think we saw, was it Lou from the first week playing with the big striker as well, just showing there's different ways that you can approach each other. Him scoring 9, there's not just one way of playing these rat tactics of the 4-5-1 or 4-1-4-1. Yeah, let's give it a go tonight.
No, it's we do, and I'm just going to bring this up. If you give me 1 second.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. I mean, this is something where, you know, in season 1, I believe we started with
Just mute this 1 second and then full screen it. And there we go.
That is the old one. That's the old one.
Oh, dearie me.
That's the pinned one. That's season 1.
Let me find it.
Yep, there we go. Not that one. Not that one. Here we go. This one. Do you want to start from the beginning?
Yeah. Give me 1 second and we will take this back. So here we have the... Oh, it was meant to pause, but we will just... There I am.
Okay, there we
bottom.
go.
Now, if we start at the bottom, we can see that Lou 98 was very fortunate against the Wolfman, and that's who I play next. So if I can keep it under 9 for the next game and score 2 goals, we're making progress. But
well, as I said,
seriously,
so your own words, you've got master tacticians, you've got the best captain. I'm sure that, you know, you'll be absolutely fine now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have total confidence in our team to beat your team. We're looking through the results this week. So obviously, Tom coming out there with an 11-0 win over Challam. We see Strategic, unfortunately, on the end of a 7-1 loss to Fitzy the Bard. United VYD, who we'll see tonight, was fortunate in beating Tino 3-0. Azza coming up against Olympic Lyon with his Benfica team, won 3-0. Old Gamer, the finalist in the Europa League,
surprise of the week,
unfortunately losing 6-3 to Kings Kosovo team. We have Dilly Dally and Mackham coming in at 5-3 to Mackham. What a hell of a game that must have been. Then one of the big surprises, lowly Colchester coming up against Dominic Paul. Those who remember Dominic from the previous season remember how quick and fast he started the competition, and you can clearly see that must have been a hell of a game at 5-4. Then coming up, one of the results of the week that we were both a little bit unsure about. I think you might have had this as a draw, actually. I had it as a win down to Ben, but Ben pulling out a fantastic result against Darren Adam representing Celtic. Then we had one of the biggest shocks. Sheep off a hotspot with his Zimbabwe side coming up 8-1 against Spider Gav. I'm going to blame Gav's kids for doing something.
Keeping him busy.
Then we had Jordan representing his hometown club coming up against Chinese Ryan. A 6-2 victory to the Chinese there. So Jordan really showing better than last season that he's got goals in him. And Ryan a very tough opposition to play. Then we have Lucy in the Battle of France. Unfortunately coming down on a 5-4 loss from the Burr. And then moving forward, we have Mr. Nayfoot on the back end of a 5-2 loss to Ethan Abbs. Ethan Abbs, of course, very famous to you. Tom, you remember him from the last one. And then we had Fanta Hunter with Schalke with a 9-1 victory over Sporting Lisbon, and the foot dog left highly humiliated. And then Lou and the Wolfman in their first ever P&P game. The Wolfman there, unfortunately, on the back of a 9-1 loss to the great Millwall side. So what a hell of a week. What a hell of a start. And we're going to try now to bring you some of the goals.
Yeah, we've got 3.
We've had
3 this week. Yeah.
And we'll get them on the screen. And they're quite good. So, Tom, just before we run through these goals, who are the goal scorers? Do you remember?
We have got 1 goal between the game between Burr and Lucy. I believe it was a kind of a Berber spin from Burr. A Berber spin Burr, we'll call him now, to go further ahead in the game against Lucy. We have got an absolute rocket of a finesse shot with Kenny Dalglish in the 2-2 draw between Darren Adam and Ben Anakin. That was for a 2-1 lead before Ben pulled it back. And then we've got, I can't even remember what number it was. It was a Wilfred Zaha flick over 2 defenders and then a finesse shot across goal in the 11-0 win against Challam, followed by league table, followed by fixtures, followed by points at the end. So you'll see really how close this league really is.
Okay, so we're going to run through those goals and when let's check this one out. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Outside of the foot, Travella finish. That's filthy. This one.
Lovely.
Oh, the timing on that. It really pick it out. Pick it out. Zaha. Oh, outrageous. Can he do it twice? Oh, I thought you'd have done more with that. You
Just
can
had
tell
to kill it off.
you can
Just
tell
had
who made it. So at the moment we have Frenzy. Team Frenzy packing out the top four, followed up by four more of the. It's a very tight table, although
It is.
the bottom of the league is looking very, very mixed. As we can see, not many draws going on this week. So, top of the table, we have Tom representing Crystal Palace, 11 goals in his first game with the 3 points. Lou with the 9-1 victory, Fanta Hunter with the 9-1 victory, Sheep with the 8-1. And right now, really in game week 1, when you can't really make out what's going on, you'd have to say that Team Frenzy is slightly edging things a little bit. But with fixtures to come, as we're going to see, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for the more experienced Team Fitzy to really know what they have to do in order to move forward. So coming up after this, we're going to have the fixtures. As we can see the point score there, Tom and Team Frenzy, you do not look that young, and Fitzy does not believe. You are a prick. You really are. Look, you've made yourself look like Coco Melon, and you've made him look like a sex offender.
Hey, that's his choice. That's his own making. This is him as the poster boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna have. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, he's going to be coaching me this week. I can't wait after what I've just said. So this week coming up, we have some huge fixtures. We have Frenzy versus Tino with Rangers. We have Fanta Hunter. Hopefully, Fitzy can get a redemption for me in that game. We have United VYD versus King, which is one of the games we've got coming tonight. We've got Benfica versus Barcelona in Azza versus Spider-Gav. We've got Old Gamer versus Ben Anakin in again what I think is going to be a fantastic game. Dilly Dally versus the Burr coming off that very tight game and Dilly Dally with that loss. We've got Smithy versus Ryan in what will be a hell of a game. Two very competitive players there. We've got Challam on the redemption arc against Darren, who feels maybe a little hard done to in his draw. We've got Sheep coming up against Josh Does Games. Sheep on a tear right now. I'm very familiar with that Zimbabwe side, but Josh with the Leon side coming on strong. We have Jordan taking on Lille with Dominic Paul. And again, this is going to be one of those games where if Jordan can contain Dominic and score goals, he'll have a great chance. Lucy versus Mackham, which is one of our games tonight coming up, which is going to be a fantastic game. We have Strategic with, I've got to say, one of the toughest starts anyone can have going from Fitzy to Ethan. If only he was going from Fans Hunter to Wolfman, he'd know how I feel. That's Lou, sorry. And then we have Mr. Nay Foot with the Mighty Dundee coming up against Reading. And then it will be the Mighty Lions against the Mighty Port Sporting. I don't know what their animal is.
Yeah, no.
In the other games. So tonight we have a couple of P&P games going on. I know right now that Ben is doing his best to try and get that game up and running for us. But until that happens, we can look at these fixtures and really talk about how things are going to play out.
Shall we do what we did last week and go for a rough points? Go game by game. I think I had it as 18 or 19 points all last week. We were fairly close.
Oh, Ben's kicked off.
Oh, well, that's nice of him to share.
Yeah. So if you bear with me 1 second.
Not a problem. You chuck that on me.
And I will get that up.
Okay. So Bayern Munich playing against Fulham, was it?
Yes, I believe that it is. And we're just gonna
Strategic playing from remote play as he's having some difficulties with his HDMI port of his PlayStation, I believe. So he's playing remote play, which is must be quite difficult to have to do that.
I've used it a lot on Xbox and I found it to be really good.
Really?
Yeah. I use it to play a lot of different games in bed.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah.
You see Ben
So
ball pretty well.
let us get ourselves out of this screen and let us get the fixture up and running.
An early lead from Ben.
Ben,
Luis
I'm telling
Diaz.
you, Ben is looking strong.
He
Ben is
is.
looking strong lately. He has really been working on his game. It's very easy to sort of dismiss Ben as a conspiracy theorist or a crazy person from his views on football, but he genuinely
Oh,
is. Ooh, fantastic opportunity. Turning into a really good player. It wasn't a few last season we were seeing Ben with gold cards, using names, and now we've seen him with this almost fully developed team where everyone is doing everything that he wants to. Look at the way he's used the space there, coming inside.
just a bit.
Unfortunate with the
Yeah.
offside there.
What an interesting up front as well. He's not even playing Luis Diaz as a left midfield as he normally conventionally is. He's actually utilising him as a striker alongside that Elise. Just a lovely tackle there by Cancelo as well as he works the ball through to Harder on that left-hand side. Intercepted, now into Raul Jimenez. Is he going to make that ball work into Dempsey? Lovely save.
Yeah, that's a tough player to play against Raul Jimenez. That's a lot of physicality in that card.
Absolutely.
Well, I think Ben's made the meta decision here where essentially he has two players with finesse,
Yeah.
who are both excellent, fast, rapid, very difficult to get hold of, and probably both got 4 or 5 star skills at this point. Tar coming in there strong. That is a hell of a card. I'll
He's a
tell you that
cracking
much.
Evo as well. The one came out not yesterday. Was it Wednesday's Evo for centre halves?
Yeah, he's got intercept and quick step, I believe.
That's it. Yeah,
Uh,
perfect.
on what was already a great card.
Yeah.
So we're seeing Tanton here bringing the ball out for Fulham. Tony Kroos in midfield has been a mainstay for Ben. He's really loved that Kroos card. In fact, he's made major sacrifices through Alonso and other players, maybe even Biscoff, unless Biscoff is playing out on the wing.
You can see a bit more patient build-up here from Ben as well. Still, sticking to his roots of mainly attacking, using the width there and then passing it back inwards. This is something that, again, this is the first time we're really seeing strategic play with his Fulham side. And he's got, enough to field, I'd say, almost 3 Fulham teams. But, we're seeing Ben using that experience at the moment, using quite a few new players as well. He's got a fantastic back line, Jonathan Tart, as well as that David Alaba, who was put through, I think it was the iconic defender. But here we go again. At least a fantastic challenge there by Cuenca into Reza and out through Kevin. Now, half time, that was very quick.
Yeah, I mean, Alaba, I'm a big fan of. I've always been a big fan of David Alaba. I think that him being a controlled centre back, not the best.
Yeah.
I think if it was me, I'd probably be looking at Kim Min Jae. Maybe if Alaba has the left back position, maybe just stay back left back, giving my attackers or wingers freedom to get forward. But Ben really coming great here. Passes almost identical, completed almost identical, intercepted identical. Ball recovery time great on both sides. Coming out in the 4-4-1-1 here, the sort of traditional Man United Ferguson formation with a 10 and a striker, wingers that are going to track back. It's a really solid system.
Yeah, a lot of skill that he's put through that middle. So that is something obviously that he has changed and worked on because Diaz and Elise were both his left mid and right mid. We are seeing an early change here. Sessegnon on for Dempsey, as well as Adeloma Lookman. Oscar Bob coming on for Raul Jimenez as well. So a lot of changes from strategic going into the second half. Well, let's see if he's changed his approach here.
Well, it looks to me like he's trying to go for speed and agility over size against Tar. Tar proving a bit too strong for him, I think, with Jimenez.
No, absolutely. And sometimes bringing on those fresh legs that have a lot of pace just makes your opponent really think about how much they want to press up. Although, fantastic.
That's quality. That's Biscoff. Yeah, Biscoff.
That's all experience.
That's practice made perfect. That's really well timed ball rolls. It's not complicated FIFA, but it is opening up the chances for him. And as somebody who doesn't use a lot of skills, adding that into his game will make all the other parts of Ben's game so much more fluid and creative.
I mean, I found that using a ball roll, especially when you're in front of goal, just opens up the angle for the finesse shots so much better. As we've seen, that's a Biscoff weak foot finesse across goal there as well. So fair play to Ben for a fantastic start. 2-0, 64 minutes in. And a
wow.
Sessegnon, fantastic. The Fulham
Weak
Academy player.
as well.
He
Ryan
did
Sessegnon, one of the lost generation, potentially one of the most promising young footballers, but it never really took off at Tottenham. But a lot of people you could say that about. Entering into his sort of prime now with Fulham, and really strategic showing that that card has the right body type and all of the right things to go with it. Great defending there from Fulham, looking to break. It's on. He needs
He's
to create
slowly playing
space. He
his
needs to
own
move
forward.
that centre back.
Absolutely. He's going to play him
Yeah,
through.
I I did not think that was going to get through.
No, nor me. He's putting that pressure back on, and we have full faith in Ben riding this wave, and that's one thing that I'm sure he will be being coached through in this game as well. He's got the experience. He's got the upper hand of experience playing against these kinds of opponents now as he goes onto the break with Harder. Surely a through ball into Luis Diaz. Is he going to use those jets and get forward with Rapid Plus?
Oh, that's
Again,
fantastic.
taking his time, opened up the space, finesse shot. It's a 91 rated Luis Diaz. He's not going to be missing from there, is he?
Well, this is a new Ben. This is a new Ben. This is not the Ben I beat 2-1 in the league phase last year. This is an entirely new beast, and I would not want to be coming up against him. Great team, great Evos. He's coming with a point to prove as well. I really like him. I like him because he's not afraid to speak his mind, and he's also humble enough to know when he's wrong, which is great. And I think through in his coaching, where you can clearly see that he has a game plan. He knows what he wants to do.
Here we go, Harder. He's going lovely knockback.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. Now, interesting that Harder. Been seeing that build in Pro Clubs more lately.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a kind of a new evolution of pro clubs as well, especially as we go into these kind of more competitive scenes as well. Yeah, kind of hard to mark. And I mean, if they've got that agility and balance, that low center of gravity, once they've gone, they are gone. You are not catching them.
No, you're not. And it doesn't really matter how much speed you have. You've really just got to back off them as much as you can while all the goal.
With another substitution there by Strategic, though.
Smith Rowe coming on.
Yeah. Very deep ball, using those pro club tactics of a deep ball to back post and heading it back in. Is he going to break here?
Yes.
He is. He's got to win that ball and play it across, surely.
Could have done with a ping there.
Absolutely. But he slowed it down. Ben's got a couple more bodies back.
Yeah.
Yeah, offside, yeah. Again,
that line marshalling itself very well. Alonso and Cruz in midfield again. So it shows you how well Ben's handling the ball here, that we're not looking at him being defensively weak or immobile.
Oh, 100%. He's come here with a game plan. He's executed it near perfectly. I think the only thing that he will say to himself is he's going to nitpick at that one goal he's conceded. But at the end of the day, this is a game of FIFA. You're not going to have clean sheets all the time.
No, you're not. And also Strategic playing really well. Looking to work the ball, create the space. He's moving those centre backs around. He's looking to utilize the first time shot. I think that goalkeeper Evo has really taken that Manuel Neuer to places.
Absolutely. And
again, great use there, great slide tackle, utter commitment. And again, 125 to 124 passes. These guys are basically playing the same game. One's more central, one with width. But this is a great advertisement for the league. It's a great advertisement for the kind of play you can expect. You can go out and you can watch different types of football. You can watch pros play. But when you watch people play with passion for a team that they've got their heart behind, and the stories that have come with it, it really shows you that we can make this game whatever we want it to be. And I am just mesmerized here by those feet from Ben. I didn't know which way he was going to go.
This is only a friendly as well.
Yeah, Ben with the commitment to precision shooting is really showing its benefit, especially with how clinical he's been in the box.
Yeah, that is one thing that we can give him. In that first half, I think he literally had one shot, one goal to Strategic's three shots, no goals. Ben's just putting that pressure on now, working that ball very quickly, a bit more tiki-taka, and those driven passes, unfortunately intercepted there by Cuenca for Ben. But again, we're seeing a lot of passion from Strategic here. And again, another interception from Jonathan Tah, another fantastic player that, he is a staple point of the Bayern Munich side this year.
Yeah, and with the amount of intercept going on to centre backs at the moment, ground passes kind of feel a bit nerfed.
Yeah, no,
Because it seems that
absolutely.
they've got such this is magic from Ben. Fantastic goal.
And pure
That
composure again.
from nothing. From nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, he was just basically in the corner. But you can see where he's dropped some of his strikers and brought his wingers central. He's now got new wingers that are able to do things that the others weren't.
100%. You can tell the different change in direction that his team has evolved in over the weeks. As you said, he's gone from gold cards where, and I'm sure Ben will be honest with himself, he didn't take season 1 as serious as he probably could have with the players that he was using in his team, to now you are really seeing the upper echelon, more, let's not say the most known players. You wouldn't think of Bayern Munich and think of the women's player harder. You'd think more Harry Kane, but a bit more meta. He's using the meta 4-4-1-1 tactics. We've seen a much more polished professional Ben as he's just finished with a 4-1 victory over Strategic. So congrats to both of you boys. Thank you for showing off this lovely friendly.
Yeah, it was a huge game, and really well done to Ben in that game. Strategic, I really feel like will be making changes to how he intends to go forward. I think that when he brought on Emil Smith Rowe and the other the guy who scored the goal for him, he really did start to play well and performed incredibly well. Great first game to come into, especially considering it was a friendly. There was so much drive and decision making going on there. I really felt like they were really going at it. And I'm really impressed with Ben and how far he's come. I feel like Strategic is probably finding out his team and finding out what works best. We've all been there. Sometimes it's not necessarily the best players that make the best team. Sometimes it's the best collective. I thought he played well, considering he was playing off remote. You could see some of the offsides were probably remote play, but the game was there, and if we could see it, then he could see it as well. So I'm guessing he just had a few problems executing. But what I will say is that it's amazing that Strategic has come in, shown this commitment, said, hey, I'll go on remote play. I know I'm not going to have my best result, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it some, because this competition means a lot to people, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate his hard work. Anything you wanted to add on the game, Tom? I'm just going to see how the other fixtures are coming along.
That's absolutely fine. I just wanted to really hone in on, I don't know if you could quickly see it, the viewers who are watching. Ben had 5 shots that game. He had 4 goals. Wow. That is clinical. That is someone who knew when to shoot and when to open up an angle. So you can tell Ben's been putting the work in. I'm really happy for him because, as I said, he's a top bloke. He's an honest bloke, as we said. He is a staple point of the Frenzy community. He might be on the opposite team to me, but he is an absolute legend in this Discord, and he's here every week. He doesn't let us down. Strategic, as you said, he's new to this. There is no way in hell, no matter how good you are in this game, whether you are 15-0 this year or previous years, or if you're a 5-win or a Div 5 player, nothing can prepare you for coming on and playing in a PMP league. There's nothing quite like this. You can play competitive play, but when you're playing, especially in this form, where it's Frenzy versus Fitzy, it's more than just your own pride. You've got to, fight for your team. So although this was a friendly, very good competition.
Well, you're not facing, it's the thing of like, when you are playing online, you will be playing against a team, and that team may have meta players in it. It may have locked to play styles from where this person can play. When you're dealing with a PMP team, you're looking at curated players that have been crafted, honed, play styles carefully selected. A player that's been curated for how they want to play. And that leads into situations where you may see a name and not know it, dismiss it, and then that name will come and bite you. And I think Harder was a great example in that game, where she doesn't look like much. She's small, not the fastest, not the strongest, but just has that low center of gravity and ability to get around the box. And if it's one thing I picked up from my game, it was like if somebody has got calmness and ball control in the box, they're incredibly hard to get the ball off when perhaps you're not being calm and controlled in the box
Exactly
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
We have another fantastic game coming up. I'm excited about this one. We've got Lou versus, I believe it is Lou versus Burr. Now, I'm interested in this one because I'm excited to watch Lou and know quite how much I'm going to get slapped when I play him. And obviously, Burr coming off that victory against Lucy, which I'm very surprised about because Lucy is a very good player. And we have them coming up after this in the P&P game. So that's going to be points on the line for your team, points on the line for our team over at Team Fitzy. I'm just going to contact the boys now and see how things are going for them and just see whether or not we can get a link for that game and where they're going to be putting it off.
But just going into these two players, these are two people that put 3 points on the board for their respective teams this week. We've got Lou with the 9-1 win over Wolfman in the first week. We got Burr. Shout out to Burr, man. I mean, this is someone who's been in the community for such a long time. He is our friend from across the pond, I believe, the Peruvian man living over in the United States. He's an absolute gentleman. He's rocking with the Marseille team as well. Fantastic bloke. He puts in the effort across all the community sessions that we've run, all the charity streams we've done, bit of pro clubs on the side. We have organised for him to come back into pro clubs and have a few sessions with us on the off-peak days as well. So that would be awesome to see him. He's an absolute gentleman. Does his own kind of content, does his own gaming. He has his own Twitch account and TikTok. So if he is ever around, definitely worth giving him a follow as well. 5-4, I believe, won his first game against Lucy with PSG. And Lou 9-1 with his win with Millwall over Reading. So, effectively it is a friendly. Someone's should go, I suppose. One thing that this game should show is goals.
Well, I think it's going to show goals, and I think it's going to show a lot of creativity on both sides. You don't get the results they got without being good. You don't get the results they got without being effective at the game. I know the Burr's just getting back to me now, and he's going to stream it to Twitch. So we will bring that link up. Just to put you on the spot, obviously very difficult to say with this game who's going to get the result here. But if you were to back somebody, who would you go for?
I've got to go for my guy. I've got to go for Lou. I mean, I've been looking at his content on TikTok lately. Some of the goals that he scores is just ridiculous. The composure, the skill, the tenacity, and even trying some shots where you think you shouldn't be shooting from that angle, and it just flies top bins. I mean, we saw game week 1, 9 goals against Wolfman. I don't think he's going to get as many, but then you look at Burr and you look at the team that he's got. You look at the centre half that he's built. As you said, you delicately craft these players throughout the year. I believe the centre back's called Torre, 6'8" in the defence of Marseille today.
Is he the guy who plays in Italy?
No, I want to say he is actually a centre half in. You might be right. I thought he was a centre half for Marseille.
There was a 6'8" Torre who played for Udinese, I think, as I remember.
Right, maybe a loan deal, perhaps. Then you might be right, mate. You might be right, but yeah, he's been crafting this team. He's also got a really dangerous striker called Vaz as well, who's a youngster for Marseille at the moment. Again, incredibly crafted team. Both of these players have got players that we definitely know of, especially as Marseille started the season so well. But Millwall, I think one of the people that really did play well was the centre-half Cooper. I think that both teams today have got absolute units at the back. So we could see Lou using that kind of gameplay of that bruiser mentality again. But, as I said, goals are promised in this. Between the two, they scored 14 goals between them. 5 goals conceded between them. On my ACCA for this game, let's go for 5 goals or more.
Well, I think that we're going to see possibly a really high goal scoring game. I think we could see as crazy as it sounds, a 7-5, maybe something like that, or a 9-6. And that would be really interesting. Especially considering that we haven't had much from the Burr in terms of on the show, so I'm very interested to see how he plays and gets
making his debut. He's making his debut, and long may
indeed.
He's a community man, so he deserves this time now.
He absolutely does. As soon as we get that link through, we'll go over it. Moving into the P&P fixtures that we have coming up, there's some really tight games between some quality opposition. Lucy versus Jack is a game of redemption for Lucy, who must feel hard done by to have lost that game 5-4. And then we have King with Kosovo, who has really got the shock result of week one. I think anything against this Real Madrid side would be the shock result of week two. And I think if he does that, then we've really got to be looking at Jay and saying, we might have a bit of a competitor on our hands here.
I think we do.
You
I
know,
think he's going to be I'm going to put it out there. He's the dark horse of season 2. I mean, he set his stall out first week against Steve.
yeah,
I think he's one of the better recruits that has been made from Team Fitzy this season.
No, he's been doing really well. I'm just going to see over and whether the Burr is just waiting to finish up his game, and I'm waiting for him to share his Twitch link with me. And then when he does, I will get that up and running.
But Doc, whilst we're waiting for that, can I just ask you, what are your personal goals for this season? Obviously, it's hard because you're playing against new people. It's a different kind of concept this season, as you're not just playing for yourself, you're playing for a team as well. Talk to me what you want by the end of these 8-9 weeks. Talk to me whereabouts you want to be. There's 28 teams now.
There's 28 teams. There's 24 points available. Personally, I think that this competition is way harder than the previous one.
Yeah,
way harder. As the competition has evolved, the bottom of the pool is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And I am very much in the bottom pool. So what I'm hoping to do,
you are though. That's still such a good bottom pool.
It is.
It is.
But what I'm going to try and do is, I want to aim for my same goal, point a game.
Yeah.
If I can get 8 points, I'll be very happy. So whether or not that's 2 wins, 2 draws, whatever it may be, I'll feel like I've represented myself as best as I can, while not being completely humbled by everyone. If I could get to 12 points, that'd be fantastic. To win half my games would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just going to look at it and say, if I can get 8 points by the end of it, I'll be pleased.
Yeah.
I got a real tough game that I had this week. I've got another tough game coming up against it. So when the fixtures are released, I've really got to be looking at those fixtures where it's maybe 60-40 in the opposition favour. I've got to turn those games around, and I've got to get those results, because if I don't, then I'll be purely casting on this in the future, because we need to get results and we need to keep the quality at the highest level. But I'm not defeated. I got some good Evos coming. I've got some good cards. Rijkaard fits the new Evo today. Waiting for Diamonde to get his christening 91 back to take him to the top. I feel like my right back needs a bit of work as well, particularly in terms of speed. I got really badly burnt by Sane a few times. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can put together a competitive team that's going to be able to just leave me not embarrassed. I think that's the most important part, is that if I lose to people who are just far superior to me, okay, got to take that on the chin. It's a learning experience and you go with it. I think if I'm losing to people who are my level, then I've really got to look at my game and see, what do I need to do to edge out a result? What do I need to change? Because there's always a tactical solution. So it's really just a question of me going, like, do I want to play 5 centre backs at the back or something like that? Like, do I play Ignacio? Like, do I go 5-4-1 with Mendes and Nunes as my, is it Nunes? Mateus Nunes, yeah, as my right midfielders, and just be like, defend and maybe nick a goal. But we'll see. Negative football's never really been that successful for myself. So if I can go out and play like I did in some of my earlier games, I'll be really happy. If I go out and play like I did the other night, I will get humbled again. And it just means more hard work. That's all it is. It's more hard work. You just got to go and work hard and know that, I might not be the best in the group. I might not win the league, but maybe I'll get a few points that'll make a difference come the end, when the other people who are my level lose because I beat them, which would be nice. But with your show tactics and with your complete dereliction of duty as arbiter, keeping things fair, we'll see what we can do. Obviously, Team Fitzy is very maligned in this. We've been really set back by the shenanigans that has gone on with you and how you fix things again. So, we will fight the system as well as we can, but the system is in place to prevent us from being successful. So,
Right.
Team Fitzy, we're the team of the people. That's who we are. We're the team of the people. You're the Irish. You're the de rigueur. You're the one who wants to gentrify everything. We're trying to keep it free. You menace,
Right.
menace
Well,
to society that you are.
maybe talking of 3, maybe you could talk about maybe keeping your goals conceded to less than 3 in your next game against Lou.
I'm hoping to keep it under 7.
That's
That's my goal. That's my goal. If I can keep it under 7, then I've improved by at least a good 40%.
fantastic.
And I reckon by game week 8, I might even draw a game. So
mate,
improvements are coming day in, day out. All right.
I've got one last question for you before we do go. And obviously, we released the fixtures on a Thursday night. Incredible that we've got 10 people for 5 fixtures tonight coming forward. What is it like psychologically being one of the last people in your team to play, knowing that there's been upsets, knowing that there's points needed for your team at that point? What does that play an extra part at all? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does. It does, because I was 3-1 down at half time and I felt like I needed to protect myself and score goals. And it was that mentality where it's like, oh, go out and get the first goal. And then he got the first goal and it's 4-1. And it's like, I need to score to bring this game back into play. And the more I tried to score and didn't, the harder it got to accept the goals that went in. And by the end of it, you're just feeling a bit humiliated, I think would be the best way of describing it. Like it's one thing to get beat, it's another thing to get battered. And that's definitely what happened when I got battered by him. The first thing I did was send the captain a message and said, we need to arrange a session.
Book me in.
just to refine some things and maybe get a little bit better at, I know what I'm good at. Time to improve what I'm not good at, and time to take a leaf out of Ben's book and get practicing. Ben relentlessly plays games against people every day, and he's always learning. But talking to P&P, we are very fortunate to have our next game coming up. We have the Burr versus Lou, who is representing the Millwall. Very exciting game, great prospects. I'm very hopeful for how things are going to go. Let's get the game kicked off. So, I believe the Burr is kicking off with Marseille. We've got some great players. Angel Gomez, former Manchester United footballer, very good card this year. We have some fantastic attackers, and already look at Lou.
Aggression is the word I would use for Lou.
Yeah, very much so. Very big team as well. He uses them so well. And one of the things I really struggled with against Phantom Hunter with was the size of his team. His team was so big. Yeah, like I felt like my midfield was really small compared to his. And it's not, I don't have the biggest midfield, but it did feel like a lot of 6'2" versus a lot of like 5'10s. So the physical side of things I felt a bit pushed out by. But Lou looking to build here. We know he likes to go to that very tall winger he has over on the left-hand side.
And there's the danger man. It's Langstaff. He is the one.
He is. And again, as soon as he gets in this position around the box, you get the feeling that he's got something there that he can create with. Again, Marcel Desailly, of course, winning the European Cup with Marseille before he moved to AC Milan in 1992, I think. And some very interesting attackers. Aubameyang, currently at Olympique Marseille, obviously one of the rockets of football. And a really fortunate situation for Lou. Really could have gone the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fantastic build-up play there by Burr. Lou could have maybe set that right midfielder free there. A couple of misplaced passes in the final third there. Burr just sweeping up as he does. I've noticed with Burr, he's got quite a lot of players either with rapid or quick step. So is that something that he will look to utilise? Fantastic challenge there. But you're looking at this Millwall team, and And as they are in real life, this is a proper championship-looking side, one that is just going to be hard to beat. But again, if there's anyone who can score a goal, it is Burr. He is a very attacking player, as I believe we both played him in season 1 of the PMP League. He's not afraid to leave everything out on the pitch, as you should, especially in these kind of games.
No, he's not. He's not. And what's really interesting is that Lou's got this championship team playing European night football. Some of the tiki taka, some of the one-touch passing is ridiculous. And then one of the things I like about Lewis is that I mean, obviously, there's very big differences. We'll just get back to that in a second. This has definitely got the chance to be a goal.
For me, he's got to shoot. He's got to go across.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he was definitely going to finesse that.
Yeah, or at least
right. Yeah, anticipate such an important asset at centre back.
The science really at the back is fantastic.
Yeah, it just makes the difference between being able to win a tackle easily and not. But this break is on.
It's on a few times, but this right back seems to be higher up.
This Watson card is really giving some problems.
Yeah, again, I'd say quite passive. Maybe going to try and look for a definite angle instead of trying. I know that definitely, Doc, from our time in pro clubs as well, having a pop at the goalkeeper can prove really, really good for you because they might put and spill that ball into the danger zone again.
Oh, fantastic play there. Outstanding goal. Really good play there from the Burr. The way that he dragged that ball back to take the shot was quite exceptional.
Good start from both teams.
Yeah, no, a great start from both of them. What's interesting for me is that I think Lou is perhaps playing a bit within himself tonight. When we saw him previously, he was really doing an excellent job in terms of moving the ball, creating space, and getting that separation of the centre backs. But that 6'8" Torre card is really proving problematic. And I think it may be one of the first times that Lou's come up against a more physical player than anyone he has in his team.
Yeah. He's going to have to probably utilise Langstaff a little bit more than the cam that he's using in the 4-4-1-1 formation. But again, this is the thing that I always find with flat centre mids in formations. I don't know about you, Doc. Is my rule is I have to play with the CDM because centre mids can find themselves wandering up the pitch as we've just seen the bar been rattled there by Marseille. And we've got a bit of a break here now from Watson using that rapid plus, absolutely gliding down the pitch. But he's going to have to pop a ball off here at some point.
He is, and that central really getting closed down by Burr. And every time Burr breaks now, I can see a little bit of pressure coming into Lou's game because he's feeling like he should have scored by now. And I think we might see that first goal come up now.
Oh, finish.
Yeah, really calm, really cool. Burr now back under pressure. He's not really taking advantage of that goal lead there by pressing more. And you'd have to say Lou, with the confidence coming into his game there, will probably feel like he's got a goal much earlier than he would have expected.
Absolutely. And this is the thing. I think that as things stand, this is a very fair lineup. You know, we've got two people from each side here representing each side. Although it's a friendly, it is neck and neck as things stand. Let's see how the rest of this half goes. Is he going to play him through, intercepted again by Cooper, into Harding and up to Watson? Here we go again for Millwall.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if he can hit him at the back post.
Very patient again. Just always passing that ball backwards as well. Very patient.
He is. One of the problems with that, though, is that if you lose the ball, all your players are in front.
That's the thing.
It can lead you to being a bit overstacked and leaving spaces open. I mean, yeah, and it wasn't very complicated for Burr to open that space then.
Oh, 100%. Again, great challenge. And again, Doc, talk me through Anticipate Plus. Is this something you've used on clubs before? You know, what is the benefit of having Anticipate Plus compared to a base, say?
Oh my God, it is like night and day. So with Anticipate Plus, you have an ability you have a bigger reach, a harder tackle, and your ability to retain the ball after the tackle is even higher. So it's essentially almost like you have glue on your boot, where when you go into the tackle, you're coming out with the ball. when you have that as a base play style, sometimes your tackles can be a bit leggy and can underextend. But when you have anticipate, it's like every standing tackle with a good defender is almost a win, especially if they bring the ball anywhere near the feet. So it really is a major play style, and anyone who's used it in pro clubs knows that in terms of being able to win a tackle, it's the best play style. With you'd be expecting to probably win 40 to 50% of your tackles with that play style on.
Again, Aubameyang.
I'm
Oh,
very
good.
fortunate there. Bobbling out the goalkeeper's hand seems to be a theme that's been going on this week.
Yeah.
We've seen it a few times in a few games.
But we do know from Burr's goalkeeper, with it being the, I believe, winter wildcard really as well, has been in that evolution. So should be 90 rated now, but also has 99 diving. Great use of pace from Ivanovic. 99 diving has not saved him there. Ivanovic strong goal.
It
What
has
a
not.
card again.
Yeah, that card looked lengthy as hell. Once he got past, he was gone. He was gone. I don't know how you're supposed to stop that card.
No.
It seems very potent and dangerous, and also somebody that you can score simple goals with. Sometimes with technical players, you have to do a lot to create a goal, and sometimes with the bigger players, you just put them into a space where they're outmatched against their opposition, and it's always going to be a win.
Absolutely.
So, looking here, can you see how high up the fullbacks are for Burr?
I've noticed that, especially in the first half. So, as you said, the good thing is that is an option going forward. But if you lose that ball high up the pitch, if that fullback is gone, that as we saw Watson running with that rapid plus, a few times you could argue that Lou could have squared it or even had a himself. So again, passive at times, but can use that space like there. Could have popped that through. Great use of skill move and save.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's
Torre. Great knockdown. Really unlucky there.
He's got to switch that. Oh, lovely run indeed by Negley.
Yeah, they could have done with that run going a bit more direct.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, just stretching the play, buying yourself some time and space.
Both teams are playing great football. This is the part of the game where I fall apart. Those are the goals that I concede quite a lot. I find it so hard to win the ball back off an individual in those situations.
And do you find that because you want to stand off them, or is that a case of if you think you can go too touch tight that they can spin you regardless?
I feel like that when I make the challenge, it creates a window for them, and I never seem to be able to just get the ball. If I can get them against the byline or stuff like that, then it's easier to do. But sometimes I just struggle with the movement and athleticism of the attackers versus the movement and athleticism of the defenders.
Yeah,
that was great use of the body there with Torre.
Great positioning there. Again, 2-2, 69 minutes in now. I did say 5 goals in this game.
No, you did. It's what both teams have shown here is that defensively they're both very attuned. And while we spoke a lot about Lou's attacking game, we have to recognise that Burr scored 5 goals in his previous.
He's on.
Oh, what a goal!
Left back was playing him on. His left back was about 3 yards behind the rest of the line there. So great use of that threaded through ball there through to Aubameyang. Again, another outside the boot finish. 3-2.
Well, I mean, the space that he's in, it's got to be. Should it be? It wasn't.
That's the 99 diving.
What a save! Unbelievable. You'd have put your life on that one. I thought it was in.
Yeah, and Burr has now brought on that secret weapon of Vaz. His evolution of Vaz has just been brought on to
great back heel.
No.
Outside, right.
Ping comes in, shoots. He got to shoot.
I think he thought he was offside,
Yeah.
But not that time.
That's why he didn't shoot. Because he's got that in his locker. Get in there, Lou.
That Watson card. Remember the name.
Wow. He shut me right up there. Fair play to Lou.
Me too. That was a hell of a goal. I am not looking forward to next week. I am very much not. The yellow cards and red cards carry over. Please. No, this has been a fantastic game. We've seen 6 goals. We've got 10 minutes to go. It's there for anyone to win. I think Lou's going to nick this one. I've just got this feeling that physicality might win out against Burr's technicality.
It doesn't feel like a draw. Oh, again, interception at the death there. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a draw. I do agree. Buzz putting it all on the line as well. Are these boys going to play it out and be happy for a draw in a friendly? I think, seeing as it is a friendly, I'd just go for it.
You know, I think that they're playing this game like it was.
Surely.
Wow.
Threaded ball again. And I think that Lou's just brought that right centre half out just a smidge there, opened up that gap, and what a ball by the Burr to find the danger man, Aubameyang.
Outstanding goal. Aubameyang, 4-3, 7-goal thriller. And we have 10 minutes to go. And this Watson card coming with a point to prove you cannot give the ball away there. Ivanovic is going to eat you up. Outstanding tackle there. Anticipate plus for the win. Now, obviously, where the Burr is a bit of gamesmanship here.
That's a championship tackle if I've ever seen one.
You know, it looks to me like he's trying to run the clock down a little bit.
Yeah, he's feeling himself a bit now. But then got to make the most of these chances. A bit of desperation coming in there.
I think this shows you that these guys aren't playing this as a friendly. These guys are playing this as a test to see where they're at, what they can do in the game. And you'd really have to say that Burr showing that when the result is close, you are in a dangerous position against this guy because he seems to know how to nick the win. We saw it against Lucy, where he scored 5 to win the game 5-4. We've seen it today. He's leading 4-3 in this one, really leaving Lou disappointed. I thought it was an incredibly close game. I thought both teams came out and played with incredible heart. It was wonderful seeing the kind of football on display. Lou really shining with the Millwall, doing a fantastic job of representing that club. But Burr coming out on top with the Aubameyang hat-trick in the 4-3 victory in our second friendly game of the night. Congratulations to Burr. Congratulations to Lou. Fantastic performance from you, Lou, and fantastic performance from you, Burr. And whoever has you guys this week, myself, is shitting their pants because I don't want none of that.
Very good showing. Again, the word of the night seems to be clinical. Ben, 5 shots, 4 goals. Aubameyang this game, 3 shots, 3 goals. You know, although these are friendlies, these guys aren't messing around. They're here to score. They're here to win, no matter if they're playing people on the same side or from each other's side. But we do, talking about sides, P&P match now, a match where points are on the line. As we said, the last points that we saw were 22 points to Team Frenzy, 19 to Team Fitzy. This is the golden opportunity for Fitzy's team. It's the first game of the week. Draw things level.
It's a tough ask. It's a tough ask. You're asking Jay with a Kosovo team to take on the most successful football team in the history of football. You know, Real Madrid had won 8 European Cups before Kosovo was a country. You know, this is what we have to understand and recognize in this game, that Jay has managed to take a nation of Kosovo and create a team that can compete. On the other side, we see Real Madrid, we've seen the Evos, we've seen United VYD be very selective. He hasn't gone for the names. He's gone for the meta players. He hasn't gone for the most famous people to ever play for Real Madrid. He's gone for the best cards to get the result. So this is going to be a really exciting game. Tom, I'm just going to leave you with the audience for a minute while I go and sort a couple of things out. But if you have anything you want to add or talk to the people about, I will be a couple of minutes and then we will get that game up and running. No. Oh, no. That's me. That's me.
No, but yeah, as Doc is just running a few errands there, we are anticipating the match between William, who is United VYD, representing Real Madrid in this first match, against Jay with the Kosovian teams there. I know that looking at the table to my right here, I think that the shock of the week was Kosovo beating Steve with PSV there. And this is something that, you know, if you're looking to build a PMP team, if you're not sure about where to start, I mean, just pick something that you're passionate about. We've got people, especially in Team Fitzy this year, who are running a Chinese team. We've also got the same person who runs a Chinese team going to be running an Indian team as well, because he likes some of the players there. Shout out to Chetri, Indian goat of a player. We've got King, obviously, about to play now with the Kosovo team. But it's all about just finding that niche in the game. You know, I've simply moved over from Inter Milan over to Crystal Palace, and I chose Crystal Palace because that's a team where I've grown up by. So it's just finding that niche, finding what you're passionate about, and then really running with it. I mean, the team that I've been able to make within the last 6 weeks of changing to Crystal Palace is mental. So please don't feel like you're behind the curve with any of these things. It is just a case of putting in the time and effort into it. You know, we've seen lots of evolutions tonight. We've got the 3 playstyle plus one, I believe. I think it gives you Intercept Plus as one of them as well, which is definitely something I'm going to be using on my Evo teams. But again, if you're ever thinking about dipping your toes in some community gameplay or competitive gameplay, then why not give myself or Doc a message as well? But, you know, thinking about these matches that we've got right now, as Doc alluded to, we've got Real Madrid, who are a team filled with Goliaths of players, a massive pool of options that William does have to his repertoire. And, you know, sometimes that can be a really good thing, but also a bad thing, because when you compare that to someone like King, who's got Kosovo, he's basically got the same pool of 16 to 18 players at his disposal to utilize and use throughout this season. So someone like King with a niche squad will have a lot more time to really work with these players as well. Just going to look at some gameplay. I think it's me and Lucy. Yeah. So I did think that as well. So I think there has been some small scheduling arrangements that have now been made. It's going to be Sunderland versus Lucy. Sunderland versus PSG here. Lucy representing PSG with a narrow 4-5 loss to Burr, who we have just seen in the first game of the week here. So Lucy is an unknown entity, someone who I've got a lot of respect for in the club's industry. Played for Team Frenzy, EAFC Frenzy, now playing for Frenzy Blitz. But just saying, Doc, it's going to be PSG versus Sunderland as our next game.
Oh.
Keep it on our toes.
Well, I need to let Jay know.
That's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I think the boys are ready for.
All right,
I can message now. Jay has messaged me asking, "Are we ready?" He said, "Just waiting for the go-ahead." I'm gonna have to just tell him now that it's actually afterwards. So if Macam, if you are listening, if you are streaming, could you just chuck us the stream, or let us know if you're streaming within the Discord, buddy? Just going to get this game ahead for you guys. We've got 2 people who are ready to play right now.
I am tempted to. It's Jack, right?
Jack, yeah, it is Jack, yeah. So it is Sunderland versus PSG in this, and this is the first PMP game of the week. Again, I haven't really seen much of Lucy. He's kind of an unknown entity, but to score 4 goals against Burr, I mean, he's got to have some firepower in that team. But then we've got Macam, and he's been putting in the graft. As I said, changed to the 4-2-3-1. Not sure if he managed to get that Jobe Bellingham before he left PAX. I know he was extinct at 200k. But I think he fits tonight's Evo as well, with it being a centre mid of 89 rated. So that's got to be a monster of a card as well.
It has. I think that I have accidentally sent Jay and United VYD into a game.
Oh, are they playing now?
Yeah, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get hold of them to see if they can just hold off on that. Because I've told them they're playing.
What are you like, mate?
I know. I'm so sorry about all of this. We are looking for Jack to. We're just waiting for Jack to put his link into self-promotion, and then we will be able to bring that up.
There we are. Okay, so King has just said it's all good. I said, can you stop the game? He said, no, we went, it's all good. So his game probably is over now. They'll be replaying that. Macam is just messaging me back now. He's in the voice chat. So I would assume that he will be streaming within the Discord for this one, Doc.
He's on Twitch.
Oh, keeping me on my toes as well. There we are. Stream then if they're playing. Lucy's having a slight technical issue we're hearing about at the moment, which sadly did happen to him last week. But can we just have a quick look at Macam's side? Macam, if you could edit your lineup for us here. I think he's already used that evolution on that Xhaka, which looks incredible.
I can see he's been hard at work.
Yeah.
He has.
Fantastic team. He's got that Broby up top as well, which he, on his own admission, didn't get the most out of in game week 1, but let's have a look.
No, I've seen that Broby in Rush. It's quite a good card.
Solid player. Solid card. Let's have a look. Okay, so I believe he sent the invite to Lucy with a Coventry badge with a PSG team. Okay, if we could look at your team, Macam, fantastic. Can you just hover over that Xhaka for us so we can have a look? That looks like a phenomenal card. 93 rated. That's going to get you through to team of the season for sure. Okay, so we're actually hearing here from Macam that the reason why that the match wouldn't go ahead between Lucy, the technical issue is that actually he's a dirty bastard who got a red card on his right back and he needs to get rid of that red card before the game. So I think he's just joining a game and then leaving so that this game can go ahead. Red card not in a PMP game, in a Ultimate Team game.
Ethernet cable.
Funny that with tech issues, isn't it?
No, it is. And of course, Lucy, a fantastic centre back, great defender, good midfielder in pro clubs. Jack, very passionate about his Sunderland side. Very excited for this game. I know that Lucy. Yeah, and Lucy's been working really hard on his PSG side, getting it ready for this second season. Unfortunately, couldn't take part in the first one, but has got a fantastic opportunity with PSG this year. Of course, the current European champions and some of the best cards in the game, if you can get them, of course. If you have a spare 30 million, you can buy 4 of them. That's about it. But we're getting ready for this game. How do you think this one's going to go? Because this is what it's all about. This is the past and present game. This is where points go on the board. This is going to be the difference maker. This could make it a 3-point gap. It could make it a 6-point gap. It could make it level. What's your call on this one? Are you backing your boy?
I'm gonna, you know me, Doc. I said there would be 3 draws in the first week, and I think we got 1. I'm a man of a draw. I'm going to go for the draw in this one, simply because Lucy's an unknown entity. I haven't had a lot of time watching him. I've had a lot of time watching Macam, either sharing a party with him in the Discord or watching him in game week 1. The pressure's on Macam here to get those 3 points early on the board. So for Lucy, if he can get the point, I'll be very, very happy with him.
Yeah. Obviously, Sunderland kicking off here. We've got that fantastic Xhaka Evo coming in. Lafay, scorer of a couple of goals in the opening week. Broby is a great card. And already we're seeing him getting into the box here. PSG tracking, losing him. Oh, wrong side of the goal.
I'd have
Wrong
finessed that
side of the goal. Great cross claim in there from Marin.
Again, Lucy just working the ball up from the back. Lucas Digne from the season pass, I believe, into Marquinhos. Mukiel. So he's using a Sunderland card against Sunderland today. How exciting is that one? Mayulu, who I've also found has a younger brother playing in the Championship, I believe, for Bristol City.
Wow.
It's mad, isn't it?
It really is. But PSG there, utilising Baltimore's pace. Fantastic player, that Baltimore card can do all of it. Xhaka there, looking like a new man.
And this is the danger of Enzo Lafay, the goal scorer in game week 1 for Macam, to turn that 3-2 deficit that he had in the 82nd minute into a win. You know, that Lafay card is the danger man. He is the magic. But Lucy, again, using that pace, slow build up, kind of like how we've seen in the first few games now. Is he going to be using these ping passes? He's quite a player, Lucy. You can see how we can offer up a few chances.
Yeah, but this Isidore card is dangerous. The Laffy card
it
is
is.
dangerous. And I know that Mackham has really come with a point to prove this
Absolutely.
week.
And this would be
This is,
if he gets to 3 points because that's level scoring.
well, you can see the difference between a friendly and a PMP game just from the level of intensity. You can see that people are under pressure and there's edge. Nobody's taking a chance. Nobody's making silly choices. And we haven't had any early goals in the first 15 minutes here. So
No.
we've got ourselves set up really well with both teams being able to stick to their game plan while it is at 0-0. Although Broby coming through on goal here on his best foot. Great. Oh, Mukiel with a fantastic interception.
He's got to shoot.
He has. But
will he
at the
now?
moment,
Pressure is on.
But at the moment, it's
Wow.
Oh, that skill, no
goal.
finish. But yeah, at the moment, it's really looking like Sunderland have settled into the game better, moving the ball, getting into great positions, moving the ball well, but not in a dangerous part of the pitch. And anytime he has got near that goal, he has either been offside or caught out. So I think perhaps Lucy with the advantage in the speed game, and Sunderland definitely having the advantage in the physical game here, particularly when you think about Mukiel versus say Pacho. You're looking at two very different cards, one being a pure defender and one being more of an all-round defender that can play the ball out. But then again, it does have set piece taker, so that could be part of the reason he's gone from that. Kaushawi here coming through, obviously one of the more favoured cards in a great position. Fantastic goal. Lucy coming straight out there. We have our first goal of week 2. Lucy with it. Lutzer with the goal. Let's go. Pressure on Sunderland. Really want to see Sunderland come good here. Would love to see them get a quick goal back, and we have ourselves a hell of a competition.
There will be goals from Mackham in this game. We've seen him spoon quite a few. He's through already. Again, is he going to punish him with Isidore? Fantastic last-second attack there.
Standing.
Dali
now,
through now. Crystal Dunn into feet. A lot of pace on this counter-attack. Is Lucy going to slow things down here and just start again? Tick that timer all the way towards half-time. Get that 1-0 lead. But again, Sunderland are putting so much pressure on in that midfield. And you just know that Mackham, with this 1-0 deficit at the moment, is going to be desperate to get a goal as soon as he can. As he pushes that ball through to Isidore, is he going to get that ball forward once more? He's opened up a lot on the finesse, but he's chosen not to. Mayulu with the interception into Dunn. And again, on the break with that pace. A lot of PSG women playing today. Maybe Lucy has got something up his sleeve that most people don't.
Yeah.
It looks like a goal's coming here.
It does look like it. Fantastic play.
Fantastic. He's opened up that finesse. Fantastic composure there by Mac, and we are back level 1 goal apiece.
I tell you what has happened in this game is that Lucy has forced him to respect him. That's what he's done. Because first time round, we saw too many tricks, not enough finishes, didn't hit the target. That time round, he knows he's got to score because he knows the guy at the other end of the pitch. He's technical. He's going to create his chances too. It's just whether or not this PSG side can live with the physical side of the game here. And I feel almost like we are, with the way evolutions have been going, we're almost in a late game cycle where size wins. The skills, agility, ability of the players is clear to see. And if you ever really wanted to have a good understanding of the size of modern footballers, I don't think anyone would call Jamie Carragher a small man. But when you see him next to Hugo Ekitike, who doesn't look that big on the pitch either, you can really see like just the pure physical side of footballers has become almost like American footballers or NBA players. You know, it really is a big man's game now.
Absolutely.
So we're seeing quite a flat game as well.
Yeah, a bit passive at times. He's not drilling that ball into the striker's feet nowhere near enough, you know, being a bit too slow, really. He can really got a few chances now to punish Mackham, as he did when he ran it by the byline. Can we see more of that from Baltimore now? She's got the Jets.
You know, I don't mind a slow game, particularly if it's just like you keep in possession, because that just puts so much pressure on the opposition to take their chances. But the issue with it is that when you are pressing and when you are running people into positions, you're also running people out of space. And it seems to me that Mackham has a very strong central line from goalkeeper to centre back to holding midfield player to cam to striker. And he very rarely are we seeing outstanding stuff on the wings, and it feels like he's really using the wingers to almost pin back the fullbacks,
Oh, absolutely.
as opposed to using the wingers to be creative or get more in the game. Baltimore coming in with a 5.4. That's a very bad performance. Really, anything at the back or over 6 is a positive performance, and in midfield, anything above a 7. And really, up front, you should be looking at 8s. It's really the glory position. You get rewarded a lot for what you do there, which is putting the ball in the back of the net. It's the hardest thing to do.
Absolutely. Again, I'd be very, very happy with Lucy if he is able to walk away with a point here. We know that Mackham is going to be desperate to try and get those 3 points back on the Team Fitzy board to get things level at 22 points apiece here. So Lucy, again, just a slow, methodical build-up. But we're seeing even his fullbacks are very, very high. So if he loses that ball high up, we could be in a bit of danger here. Oh, again, technical plus on that striker as well, which I believe is also in Steve's PSV side. Very, very nimble footwork here as you get a Xhaka going to ping that ball into Isidore. Finesse, surely. Great finish. 2-1 to Mackham.
2-1 to Mackham, and we saw in 5 passes there him go from defense to attack, showing just how deadly and direct he can be. If I was going to be playing Mackham on this form, I would definitely be looking at trying to find a way to box out the cam striker scenario, because he's creating space. He's out.
Oh, it's going to be
wow.
Mackham's feeling himself.
He is feeling himself. I was actually going to say, I feel like Lucy perhaps not up to speed.
No,
The skill, abilities
not
there.
enough.
Yeah, he's just not up. Yeah, he's playing people who are playing regularly, playing Ultimate Team regularly, and you can tell just from the way they use the lines or by the way that they might. Wow.
Oh, it's turning into a bit of a humiliation at this point. Mackham in the first 12 minutes of this half has gone and scored 3 goals. Incredible scenes from Mackham at the start of this half. Again, word of the night, clinical.
Well, I mean, it wasn't at the beginning from Mackham. I actually felt like Mackham was a bit disrespectful. But once he realised he was in a game, he's put him to bed. Absolutely. And I think Lucy maybe needs to have a direct outlet to allow him to compete with the physicality of this team. I mean, you are looking at a major size difference. When one of your biggest players is Marquinhos, you're in a bit of a situation because outstanding response there from Lucy.
Mackham again giving a bit too much, just far too deep for that. But we'll take the goal. Lucy with an absolute answer. If he can get this next goal and put it to 4-3, we know he likes a bit of a comeback. I think it was 4-1 down against Burr to then end 5-4 in that first game. So he does have a comeback on him. Let's see if Lucy can replicate that this half.
He's in a game. He knows he's in a game. He's got 28 minutes to get 2 goals and not concede. So if he can get a goal in the next 25 minutes, the last few minutes of this game are going to be very difficult. He just needs to out technical the central parts of the team, and I feel like he's a few skill moves away from being able to execute as well as he could do with this team.
Again,
I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't use skill moves as well. It's something I need to introduce into my game. Oh, he's through.
Good ball. Again, that's where the physicality is lost, isn't it?
Yeah, and the lengthiness. If they were lengthy, they'd be able to pull away. I've experienced the loss of a lengthy striker with the Evos, having turned Gyökeres into controlled now, and he just feels like a completely different beast. He's lost a little bit of his edge in his game. That was great tackling there from Lucy. He covered that run really well. And as he looks to break here, you can see already Mackham with 6 back, covering the centre. But this could be.
Oh.
Now, Lucy very good at the near post header. So it'd be interesting to see if he does execute this. But he isn't. He's on a dink. He's on a dance. Oh, he nearly got through there. Oh, I thought that was going to be a goal. I thought it was. Mackham really got to look into game management. Don't know if that's a part of his game, though. To me, he's such a direct player. He's just hungry for goals. That's what he wants. He wants more and more goals. That's his game. And Lucy using his technical ability to try and build out from the back. But again, with the size and ratings of some of these players, it's really difficult just to physically get around them.
100%. And we're using we're seeing Lucy use players like Karchawi you'd normally think of as a left back, but using him as a right mid today. There's a lot of players that Lucy can use, choosing to go with a bit of a different path here. Let's see if he can continue this build-up play very patiently that he's got from the back. Crystal Dunn is through. She's got to hit the trigger. She's got to pull it, even on a weak foot. You've got to hit the target there.
I feel like the body position meant that was going wide, no matter what he did. But the break is on here. I think Mackham looking like he could have a great opportunity. Doesn't like to use his right-hand side that much unless it's to finish off the goal. This is going to the back post, maybe. Robert.
Give him too much space. Again, well done, Lucy. Fantastic defending there again.
No, he did. He defended so well there. And now the break is on for him. He's one-on-one at the back. Oh, it's unfortunate pass there. You'd have to say maybe Vitinha would have hit a better ball there.
Yes.
Yeah. Losing the game.
Player selection at that point.
But with the opportunity to bring in some physicality to this team, nobody could argue that the technical ability of losing this game. Do you think? I think it's a yellow professional foul.
It looked like it was a name, when the analog.
It was a red card. It was a red card. Needing 2 goals, Lucy has got himself down to 10 men in this game, leaving himself with a monumental battle. And if I was the captain of Team Frenzy, I think I'd be giving Lucy a free pass on this one. He's come in, he's taken the lead, he's gone out to try and win the game. The passion's got to him. He's trying to win the ball. He's trying to break down play to get possession because without the ball, he can't win. Was the red card definitive? I don't know. I don't think it was. Oof. But it is the state of the game. And really, if Mackham is serious here, he should be looking for goal difference. And he is. And Robbie's through. And he's... it's a fantastic finish.
Goodness me, what a calamity by the goalkeeper there.
I felt for the goalkeeper there because if he didn't put his legs out like that, he would have gone through his legs.
Footwork plus as well. Yeah, you got to give it to Mackham though. Another game, another 5 goals in the bank for him. So this man means business, and he's going for the kill. We can see Lucy obviously with that red card doesn't just affect him with the way that we have rulings in this league in this match, but also in game week 3 he will be without whoever that player was that got red carded as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And is this going to be off the bar again? And I've got to say, Mackham with a shocker of a result here. Coming out 5-2 victory versus the incredibly skillful and technical Lucy, really showing that past and present inexperience coming through. A team that could maybe do with a bit more physicality to go with the technicality that he has in that team. You'd have to say that the red card really put an end to the game. But thank you both for coming in. Thank you both for being a part of this show. I am just in awe of how that game went. I think that everybody who's involved should be incredibly proud. I think, Lucy, you did a fantastic job at coming out. I think that going down the line, we'll definitely see the introduction of maybe a bit more physicality into that team to enable you to be able to get through those points. And hopefully you can take from this game your performance and move on. But to the victor, the spoils. Outstanding game, outstanding result. He played his game very direct, very to the point. Again, it felt a bit like Lou's team where there was a real physicality to that team that just wasn't being matched by the sort of smaller, more technical European teams. And it seems like some of these teams from the lower leagues at this stage now with the Evos, you can really create some masterpieces, and Watson being one of them for Lou earlier. And obviously we've seen in that game as well. Is it Isidore?
Isidore as well as Broby. I mean, those two up front together, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, those are two master classes. And Xhaka, I think he was playing right center.
Yes.
He just locked it all up. I mean,
Commander.
Baltimore didn't have a shout in that game. And the Zaccharevo looking worth every penny.
Absolutely.
I
And
think,
as you said, Doc, as well, I mean, at this point in the game, some of these Evos tonight, we're seeing a 93 rated Xhaka. It does feel like an end game kind of card already in March. And it's where these
no,
fine details of physicality means everything. I mean, we play clubs together. We know that with the last kind of update that we had, a lot of us were putting extra points into physicality because winning those 50-50s could win or lose you a game or not. So fair play to Lucy, fantastic representation. Some really good goals as well. Lovely cutback, lovely outside of the box goal as well. But efficiency again by Mackham. Second half, Broby, 3 shots, 3 goals, 3 points.
yeah, definitely. And what Mackham has shown is I think the guy's just gone out and won. I'm fairly positive he can look at that and know what he's done well. If I was going to be critical, there's a couple of things that I would probably like to see Mackham introduce into his game. Firstly, I'd like him to take each opponent as if they're the best. He had an opportunity to score a couple of times early on. He fluffed it, tried to do too technical stuff. Against better players, he's going to be punished.
Yeah.
So if he can take that out of his game, and then the second part is that he seems to have a bit of a lull in games where once he has a 2-goal lead, he tends to take his foot off the gas and he gets back into those habits of maybe wanting to score the best looking goals and not the best goals. But listen, these are fine points. You know, this is a competitor. This is a guy with a team that can physically match anyone, that can technically match anyone. And if you cannot stop those balls through the middle, if you cannot track the runs, you are going to lose to Mackham.
100%.
And he was just fantastic tonight and just a great result. I know the games keep coming thick and fast. So I know that we've got Jay versus Ethan. I don't know if that game went ahead or we have them coming up.
I believe they've rescheduled it now. Let me just message over to King again. We go into a meeting. Okay, right. Okay, if we can get those boys on now. I know we are slightly behind schedule in terms of where we said we would be, but that is life. You know, some of these boys are putting in a lot of graft. Just getting a couple of bits of evidence from Mackham, who's sending me through player performances. And as we're going to be updating next week, Broby, 3 goals. And I don't know if you've seen, Doc, in the self-promotion page, King has just posted his link to the match with Bramjud.
Fantastic.
Efficiency. This is what we like from the boys.
And I'll tell you something as well, is that after this Kosovo Real Madrid game, we do have a final game of the night coming up with Gav and Barcelona. And then following that, you can catch up with Fitzy over on his Twitch stream, where he will be streaming Crimson Desert. And as one of the finest fantasy minds, not that kind of fantasy, you dirty people. As one of the finest fantasy minds, I don't think there's anyone that could guide you through that game better than a genuine dungeon master, not that kind himself. So hopefully we can get this game going on. Now, this is a test.
This
is a test. Because I think Jay has the capability. He managed to put R9 in his pocket, but we know United VOID, he's very, very efficient.
He's tricky. That's what he is. He's tricky.
He is. And he has a game plan. He has ways that he wants to score goals. And, he's going to go ahead and play that way. I think that if Jay can get a result in this game, it will be a loud result. And I think that if Jay can come out of this game knowing that he gave everything he's got, then he will be in a great position. United VOID, I mean, there's not a game he goes into where people aren't huffing and puffing about how he should win every game. So I think that him coming out as ever is always under pressure, like Real Madrid themselves. You know, if he doesn't perform, people will say, "Oh, it's because of this, because of that." But he has performed in the past, and I think he's got a great opportunity going forward. How do you think this one's going to go, Tom? If you were to take the emotion out of it, how do you think this one's going to go?
Oh my god, I've got to stop sitting on the fence and saying draw, haven't I? I've really got to stop saying that. I can't. I banned myself from drawing in this game. Oh, it's hard. If we see the J King that turns up from game week 1, then it's got to be a J win. Can he keep that consistency up? I don't know. I don't know. I know I've played William and he scored 4 against me, which not many people can do. Let's go, William. We've got to go with him. We've got to go with Real Madrid. We've got to go with the Madridsters.
My feeling is this. I think that we're going to see a really close competitive game until the 60th, 65th minute. And then we're going to see the strength of the Real Madrid bench come through. And
Oh,
I
I hope
think
so.
that if he is in a position to bring on Eto or Vinicius or any of these players to kill out the last 20 minutes, I feel like at this stage with the players available to him that Jay just he can't compete with the squad available to him that Real Madrid can. Having said that, we've not really seen Will under pressure. We've
No.
not really seen him be put in a situation where where he's coming up against a competitor live, you know. So there's a lot of pressure on him. Jay playing without any pressure because he knows that he can just go into this game and just play, and whatever result comes, nobody's really expecting him to get the result. So hopefully these guys can kick off soon, and we can get the match up and running. And here we go, creating game session.
Let's
So
play devil's advocate here, Doc.
I really hope they play in different kits.
Has Jay, and I'm not questioning him because, again, a very efficient from game week 1. Sometimes you can play your final before the final itself. Sometimes you can play your best game when you know you're playing against an elite level player. And Steve was and is an elite level player from game week 1. William is a different beast in his own way as well, completely different to Steve here. The points are level, 22 points apiece. There are 13 more games to go now. We're seeing a bit of sportsmanship in the Discord at the moment. Just before kickoff, we are seeing William saying good luck to Jay. 4-4-1-1 formation from Real
Hernandez,
Madrid.
Essien, Chouameni,
Yeah, and here is the woman, Marissa
Marissa
Garcia.
Garcia.
If there's a goal, it's from Marissa.
Yeah, and we also saw Chumani grabbing a goal in the friendly. So here we go. Genie kicking off for Kosovo against the mighty Real Madrid. Kosovo, a few step overs there, getting into the game. Jay doing his bits at right back there. We like to see that. William, you're going to see him use singular players to track. He's going to use the AI. That's his way of playing. He's playing the game in front of him, not the game he hopes to be playing, which is why he gets the results that he gets.
It looks like a
We're
back
seeing,
five.
yeah, we're seeing. Has Kosovo got a back five?
It looks like Kosovo. I know it's a back 4 there, but in other transitions, it looks like a 5. Whether he set that up as a supporting left mid, we're not sure. It looks more of a 4-4-1-1 in attack, but in defense, it can also be a 5. Whether that left mid is a bit deep. Here we go.
Marissa Garcia is in. She doesn't miss.
Make him pay 1-0 Madrid.
So Jay here just has to keep on the ball a little bit. He can't really let Will get the ball early. Will's going to try and close him down. He's going to try and keep him boxed in. But turns like that are going to open up the pitch for him. And Jay in a fantastic.
Whoa!
Go on, Jay. What a goal.
Genie. What
10 minutes, 1-1.
Goal of the
We've
night.
got a game in our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
We
and Jay
do.
playing with supreme confidence right now.
Wow.
And that's just, yeah, I mean, that was a great response. He's had most of the ball as well. Although I don't think that's going to bother Will because that, you know, his game is about executing in attack what he wants to do and not necessarily what you're trying to stop him from doing.
Absolutely.
So again, we're seeing Garcia again coming into the box, a little jink, great anticipate plus there. That just extra toe on the tackle, winning the ball.
And I think they're using roughly the same formation as well, or is it a 4-1-4-1 versus a 4-4-1?
4-4-1-1 for Real Madrid and a 4-1-4-1 for Kosovo.
Completely just counteracting each other there with the use of a cam and a C on there.
Well, we see Will with his cam is probably on build up. And he's at precision shooting. Oh, what a save! Unbelievable from the nipple.
Jay's players telling each other just to calm down there before he swings in this corner, playing it short instead. Is he going to utilize that man before swinging it into the box by driven pass here? Another one. Normally you would see a finesse trying to be popped off at the edge of the box here. Are we going to see another one? Essien just trying to chase that.
He can just keep the ball, pull Will out of position, try and get him to have to do things. That Huijsen card being gigantic, really well played. Now we're seeing a different. Will has changed things up a little bit here, looking to play possession football. Not really his game, and you can tell it right there. If this finesse comes off, it will be a goal. Unbelievable there from Jay.
And we're seeing here from Jay that he's not able to do much in terms of getting into the box. So knowing that, he's utilizing those long finesses. But we're seeing here Mastroianni with the rapid and quick step, just causing Jay to take a couple of steps back here and restart with the Kosovo team.
Yeah, I can't imagine Will's had many games where he's had this little possession, given how he presses and is able to win the ball back. You can really see that having that extra man in midfield is leaving these triangles for Jay to build up. And he's leaving Will in a situation where he's really having to use his cam almost as a central midfielder. Of course, Jay with two central midfielders who can defend. So really, so far, you'd have to say the system is beating the 4-1-4-1 is definitely beating the system of Real Madrid here.
It is just to counter each other. Both have their merits and their cons here. Mastroianni proving to be a very tricky customer. Again, he's got to play into feet there. Great challenge there on the edge of the box. Marissa just getting a toe on it, but not enough to keep possession. Lovely turn there. Kosovo playing the ball forward again. Again, quite hard there. The player lock wasn't too kind on Will there before Huijsen intercepts again.
Oh, that was a loose ball.
Scrappy
game. You don't want to be giving the ball away in broken play because it suits Will's game. Like here right now, he's got 2-on-1. He's got to bring his other centre back across. If he doesn't, the guy's going to score a goal. Fantastic save there from the.
What we're seeing from Will, he is shooting. He is taking those pot shots in case something does spill as well, and he's got a corner from it.
Yeah, he's looking to get Marissa Garcia on the finesse almost at every opportunity from Will. Now, this is where Kosovo has some real demons. They've got some real speed in their team, but losing the ball there, this is a ball roll away from a goal.
Great save.
Again,
it's
great goalkeeper movement,
isn't it? Rushing out as goalkeeper, very, very overpowered trait in this game.
Yeah, Tchouameni into Garcia.
Good ball.
He should win this one.
Yeah, that's
cleaned up well from the back, and then the break is on. Got to go back to his full back now. Slowed it down a little bit there.
You're not going to win much in the air or physically against this Kosovo team, though. They are absolute brutes. And here we see Jay running through again. Is he going to pop it off? Great ball there. Is he going to cut it back? Fantastic play.
Yeah, but Huijsen telegraphed there a little bit. He had a moment then to beat Huijsen as he sort of lumbered his way over to that side.
Through again, though.
Again, Kosovo dominant, taking their time, picking their pass, looking to get the tall man into space. Oh, and this, I tell you something, Areola is keeping him in a game here right now.
Very fortunate for King to get that ball dropped to him within the 10-yard box there.
When the Kosovo badge plays the Real Madrid badge, though, you've got to wonder, is there a last minute of magic for Real Madrid in this half where they're just going to come out leading 2-1, hardly been in a game, but in a clean first half, we've not seen any fouls. And we see the clock run out there at 45 minutes.
I'd say it's a fair,
not the first half.
Game so far.
I don't. Well, I don't really think it. I mean, the score line's fair, but it's been all Jay.
I don't know. I mean, you look at the chances Jay's had. He's had one shot in the box. You know, he's had mostly finesse shots from about 20, 25 yards out, which was his goal. Looking more so at Jay, he's fantastic with that LCM there. We can see that he got the assist. Whereas with Will, he's being a bit more intricate. He's trying to get the guaranteed on-target shots by running into the box there. Maybe we're going to be seeing now, look, XG of a 1.6, a lot of shots, finesse shots that are on target. Again, we have seen although XG isn't everything, you know, 1.6, 0.5, 1.1.
It's not. But what we are seeing is the dominance of possession, meaning that, you know, if you've got 2/3 of the ball, that means that Will has to make do with half the possession that Jay has, which means that's why we're seeing so many pot shots. That's why we're seeing so many half chances. In a game earlier, we saw Ben come out and really show what it is to be clinical. In this game, we've seen Will be a little bit rattled here.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I will say from my own experience in the PMP is I played Challen and I won 11-0 with 34% possession. So it's not all about how much of the ball you have. It's about, as you said with Ben, what you do with that ball. So are we going to see a different...
Challen did kick off 12 times.
He did. And, you know, his goalie did have to pick the ball up out of the net so many times.
Oh,
so
it's on. It's on. Lost in a dangerous position. He's got the speed. Essien can't keep up with him. It's one through ball from a goal here. Can it be?
Right,
is he going to finesse it outside of the box? Oh, right. The shot was there. Now this is looking like a strong break. Oof. Outstanding foul there from Kosovo and getting away with it.
It was, wasn't it? I did think that would have been a foul.
He cannot lose the ball here. He cannot lose the ball here.
Great ball.
Oh, it's on. It's on. Got to go left. Got to go left.
Oh, he's overcommitted. He's got to square it. Offside. Do you know what? Good defending in the end. Pulled that line up.
You know, moments change games. And I think that might be one of them. I think we're going to see Will score. I think we're going to see him put a lot of pressure on. I think we're going to see him act like someone who nearly went behind.
Let's hope so. Will hasn't yet had a chance this half. Jay has been defending like he does on pro clubs as it stands. As you said, great mentors around him. He's soaking up a lot of information. He's a quick learner, as we've seen from his time playing pro clubs. He's utilizing that into his ultimate team game. But we do know that Marissa is a very dangerous woman.
Exactly what we thought was going to happen. Yeah, it looked like that was an opportunity for Jay to put the game away, and I think we could see Real Madrid pulling out into a 4-1 lead here in the next few minutes.
Oh, yes! Gets into the Madrid 3-1. Is William now going to shut up shop? Is that now, Marissa?
I don't think Will knows how to shut up shop. I don't think his game.
He plays one way.
He doesn't have the game for it. His game is counter. His game is finishing. His game is not build up. He's not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna hold the ball and build up play. He's gonna look to attack. Now, obviously, the problem with playing Will is Will has not come out to attack. He's got two holding midfield players. He's playing with fullbacks. He's playing with committed centre backs. So if he gets in the front against you, you really have a battle to get back in the game.
Oh, 100%. Jay's got to really come out now and come for him, whereas he has been, as you said, controlling the play a bit. But look at the flair that we're seeing from Will here. He's lost the ball there, but he's attacking with such more positivity. Fantastic, again, interception. Marcus Llorente at the right back into Dean Huijsen, just taking a little bit more time on the ball now.
Yeah, he's getting those turns in that he wasn't getting before.
Confidence is growing. 25 minutes to go. Game management.
Again, I don't think he's got it in his game.
Something he's definitely going to have to learn if he's going to want to keep 3 points going towards Team Frenzy. This is something that William, as you said, has to work on here. It's something you can see now, a couple of extra ball rolls, opening that space with the lots of driven passes. He's doing the right things.
He is, but he doesn't have the midfield to be able to play a possession game.
But I think that's why he's utilising this width at the moment now.
Yeah.
He's pulling Jay out of position.
Again.
Do you know what? Marissa is something else. A real.
I thought that was a goal.
Yeah. Do you know what? With only one Playstyle Plus as well, Marissa, still. So, he's really got. He must be waiting for the right Evo to make that big
I think
change.
so.
Haruki coming on up front. I believe that's the Evo'd from the 88 player of the month of the La Liga side. Are we going to see a comeback in the last 20 minutes? We can see a very high line now from King, which will open him up to counterattacks.
It is, but what we're seeing here is that he's making tactical changes. He's looking to get his wingers into more advanced positions, and he's really looking to almost have like a front five in attack once he gets into possession. The key really for Jay here is that he really needs his midfielders, his central midfielders, to push on and be in the attacking quarter. If they're not, he's going to find himself in a position here where he's not got his best defenders on the pitch and he could get torn open a little bit. So I admire him for doing what he's doing. He's going for the win.
He's
or
got
at
to.
the very least the draw. But,
He's got
you
to.
know, next goal is crucial. If Will gets it, game over. If
20
Jay
minutes
gets it,
to go.
we're back in the game. But all it took from Real was a couple of quick chances, and then all of a sudden it's 3-1, and all that possession and hard work's just been undone.
Absolutely. And one thing that Will can't do now is sit back. He's got to carry on playing his game. As you said, it's the only way he knows. And that, for me, is game over. Surely 4-1, Endrick, goal.
And that's the difference, is that if you've got one team bringing Muriqi off the bench and you've got another team bringing Endrick off the bench, and great strength there. And again, I think that's what we were talking about, was that as the game progressed, you would see the Madrid bench come strong versus the Kosovo bench. But at 3-1, that starting 11 really came out and did a fantastic job.
Oh.
Great gamesmanship there. He really has to shut that down. He's got to be trying to get possession of the ball back as quickly as possible. And really, the only way he's going to do that is by fouling him in those positions, because if he takes it into the wings, that's 4 or 5 minutes gone. But this could be a chance. He has to play it now.
Got to score. He's got to put this
He has
away.
a ball over the top. It's got to go over the top. Chance
Too
missed.
slow again.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him utilize the ball over the top there.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, see, that's the difference there. You've got a fully fit Endrick coming out, and Hottie really having to give his life there to get that ball back. But again, in a fantastic position. Muriqi, languid, tall, lengthy, going to be a difficult opposition for any player. But again, Will showing his real quality here, showing perhaps a bit more weekend league experience in knowing what the meta is and how to best exploit it, and showing that if he can add the ability to control the ball, and ability to maybe keep possession,
Yes,
for in passive positions, then he's definitely going to be a competitor. If he doesn't, and he feels that he has to have this attacking game where he must score goals to win, he might find himself undone a little bit. But if I'm Jay, I'm looking at that first 30 minutes, first half, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's exactly how I want to play going forward. And we both know there have been opportunities for Jay to score goals where perhaps a touch or a turn meant that he couldn't do it. And again, you can't argue with Will. He's gone out. He's done what he needed to do. He's took his chances, and really a great performance from Kosovo. Will going for blood here with the final minute of the game, looking for goal difference. And this is the brutality of this league, is that every minute counts, And again, unfortunate there for Jay. Great performance, trying to get the best out of this Kosovo team. I really feel like Kosovo's time is going to come in either the later end of the tournament or in the next P&P league that we have going forward. I think once he's got that strength of depth to bring off the pitch, he will find himself in a much more
100%.
In a much more favourable position. Hell of a game, hell of a 2 games.
3 points apiece.
Yeah, the status quo remains.
Absolutely. Can I just bring something? I've been very close with William, United VYD, since the first season. Before we even started, he was the first person actually to come forward and say, yeah, put my name in the hat for the PMP. So he's one of the founding members, if you want to say, you know, in the first ever division. And one of the things, I've just scrolled through my old messages with him, and when he found out he was going to be representing Team Frenzy, the first thing he said is, I've got a point to prove, because he felt like he was maybe not hard done by in season one, but he knew that he could have gone a little bit further. I think we've seen a version of him tonight where he's remembered those past experiences that he has had in PMP season one, going back to a 1-1, and then really second half, you could see, as you said, Doc, 60th minute onwards, you said you think Real Madrid are going to show their prowess and their experience. And you're absolutely right. 4-1 is quite convincing against someone who did score 6 goals against Steve, who's understood to be one of the better players.
Yeah, I think there was a few moments where the trigger could have been pulled by both of them and they didn't.
Yeah.
I felt like Will's game was a game of moments of great success, and Jay's game was a successful game that failed to deliver those moments. I think his system's good. I think the way his midfield works, the way things move forward, he's got a great setup. And he's in a fantastic position. His striker, Hajdini, I think on his name, is amazing. And again, he has Muriki off the bench to come and add to that. I wouldn't change anything. I think he's got a good setup. I think he knows how to play. I think he came up against a team that has been in development since October. You know, and it's always going to be difficult coming up against those kind of squads where you may think you're playing one team and then this team of meta players turns up and you're like, what's going on? I don't know who any of these people are. But really grateful for both lads putting it all. I mean, a PMP game is nerve-wracking enough. To go and do it on stream is a totally different situation.
Absolutely, it is.
And to have you know 4 lads come forward and say, "Yeah, my balls are big enough. Fuck it, let's go." You know, that to me speaks volumes of not only the competition but the kind of people we have in the competition as well. And I know that we have one final game to round out the night. It's a late one tonight. Joining us are 2 regulars. We've got a hell of a friendly going on right now. We have Smithy representing Colchester, and we have Gav representing Barcelona in what we hope is going to be a real fun game. Gav often plays at his best in friendlies. When the pressure gets on him, sometimes he can be a bit defeatist. I think maybe his game would have been maybe a 5-2 if he hadn't felt so defeated in that game. And obviously, Smithy with Colchester, he's got something special. He's got the passion. He's got the desire to be not only involved in this project but to go far in it as well. 100%. So I'm going to check in with the guys and see how they're getting on, and how they're doing. And hopefully we will be able to get.
We've got a few minutes. I believe that they need just a few minutes. A couple of technical things that have been going on. Again, they're just making sure that the streams are up working. We don't want to delay, obviously, you guys watching this as well. Just Doc, going back again, I just want a cheeky plug towards the other captain of the side. As you said, Ryan this evening will be streaming first ever gameplay of
Crimson.
First ever. I think this is so. It's going to be a very much a raw, you know, gameplay for him, for you guys as well. He's someone who takes gaming, I don't want to say very seriously, but he's in very detail he goes into. He doesn't want to leave any stone unturned. You know, he's definitely an adventurer in terms of what he does in his social life. D&D is something he's been doing for years. He's got a lot of passion for these types of games. So definitely, if you can spare some time, if you can spare a few seconds to hit that follow button on his Twitch streams tonight, I know that he will be very, very grateful for that.
A very funny guy, definitely worth your time. And if you haven't seen, is it Crimson Desert it's called?
Yeah, Crimson Desert.
If you haven't seen Crimson Desert, then it's a fantastic introduction to what should be a great game. Some great developers as well. And we will be reposting that on X, myself and Tom, so you can come along and see Ryan, find out why Ryan's called Chinese Ryan, even though we call him. But yeah, that's the case. You must be happy with tonight.
Yeah, I'll take a very positive performance from Lucy there. I know he's going to be, working on his sides there. He's not going to want to, go into game week 3 with a third loss. He's not going to want that. He's played against 2 very good players. He's played against Burr. He's now also played against Mackham. Let's see who his opponent is next Thursday when we go through those as well. Looking at the chat in our Discord, if you want to be part of the Discord to come and see the ins and outs, the behind the scenes work that goes on now, just seeing a bit of a conversation between William and King, just going over the game themselves. It's very hard to look at the positives in a loss, isn't it? You feel like you're defeated. You don't look for all of the amazing things that you have done. But one thing that King has done really well there is he's put up a bloody good fight against a seasoned pro with a very good side with United BYD and that Real Madrid team, Doug.
I am fully convinced that if that team had been going since October, that it would have been a much closer game towards the end.
Yeah.
Not undoing anything Will did. Will executed. He went out there with a game plan and he executed, and he did it well. He didn't allow the game to fluster him. He didn't get drawn into changing his style from these 2 bullish midfielders, short but electric wingers combined with a clinical striker. Arda Güler almost playing as a central midfielder for most of the game.
Yeah.
He has a game plan. He knows what he wants to do, and he executes it well. And if the players on the pitch aren't doing the job, they will be replaced by players that can. On Lucy and his performance, I just want to say that he's in a fantastic position. He played well. I think that the speed of the game may be a little bit ahead of him, but he will catch up to that. And what he does have that not a lot of the teams like Sunderland and Millwall and things like that have is variety.
Yeah.
And he has the opportunity to bring some physicality into that side. He has the opportunity to, bring some speed into that side, and some good passes. And the team he's got now is incredibly technical. I think if you can throw a Vitinha Evo in there, I think if you can throw in a Due, a Messi, and any of these cards, even Mbappe, these would all all cards that would greatly improve his team and give him the opportunity to execute the way that he wants to. He wants to play a technical game. He has the ability. He is lacking maybe in that ability to hold off a man for a millisecond to get the ball off. And again, Mackham, I mean, like I said, to not to be 100% positive, what a performance, what a game, what a result.
6
come
points.
out and to come out, play the way he did, score the goals he did, that's special. If he is going to go all the way in this competition, like Will, he's going to have to learn a part of his game, which is that concentration and execution throughout. I guess if you could combine the 2 players with game management, if you could put his game management, Mackham's game management, with Will's lethality, then you would have an almost unbeatable player. And those are both things that each one of them can add into their game without changing it.
Exactly.
So, they're in a fantastic opportunity and they're in a fantastic situation. But going forward, we are going to be joining Smithy. Let me get the link and I
will leave you, Doc, just for a moment. I need to do some technical work, so I'll be 1 second. If you could introduce the game.
Of course. The lad's just at the menu at the moment. We're just going to bring that in. Tom suffering with some technical issues right now, but he will be back with us very soon. Now, obviously, we have a friendly game going ahead here. We have 2 teams that are very different parts of the world. On the one hand, you have got the mighty Barcelona, Mess un Club, more than a club to anyone who lives in Catalonia. It's produced some of the best footballers in current memory, produces some of the best footballers of all time in people like Lionel Messi, producing some amazing footballers in the likes of Lamine Yamal and people like that. And really just wishing Gav and Smithy all the best in this game. I know that they both have incredibly competitive teams, and I know that they are incredibly committed competitors. And we're just going to take ourselves into this game right now. Colchester, Barcelona lining up here with Vidal, Fermin, Casado, and Rashford and Aubameyang up front. That Balde, 88 Balde there at fullback. And as we kick the game off here with Colchester and that Goodwin card that has been so good for him, as has the Reed card as well, we're getting ourselves into a hell of a game. So, as we can see, Colchester starting early and fast on this side, looking to play the ball into the box. Great interception there from Barcelona. I believe that Vidal card has maybe gone through the new Evo, making it look like a prime Vidal card of years gone. Fantastic play here from
Wow.
oh, and we have an early goal. An early
Fantastic.
goal there from Barcelona. Unbelievable. Tom, great to have you back.
Thank you very
Uh,
much. Just a few
fantastic
inches.
goal. Fantastic goal there from Barcelona. I was just talking about the Vidal card that Gav has committed to and
Yes,
finished. It looks quite exceptional.
it does. And this is a card he's been working on for such a long time now that he knows this player inside out. So to finally have, I think it's Intercept Plus was one of them that you get this evening. So to finally have that on a Vidal card in that centre mid, that's going to be an absolute game changer. We know Smithy's looking to use it, I think, on Bishop for his team. I think it's Teddy Bishop, his name is, making most of his stats on card at least 90 rated as well. Smithy playing the 4-1-2-1-2 central formation, although using some of his strikers to drift wide just to get a bit of that balance. And Gav, is he changing formation like he has been?
Yeah, it looks to me like he's gone with a 4-1. No, Gav looks like Gav's going with the 4-1-2-1-2.
Oh, so matching formations against each other.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Rashford and Aubameyang up front with Furman behind. I think is what he's gone for this time round with Vidal, RCM, Petit CDM. But again, getting into a fantastic position here.
Oh,
Oh, Macy with a hell of a save. And
doing himself.
already we're seeing Smithy looking at things here and just taking a moment to think his way through this game, maybe looking at making some changes, composing himself. Gav with the early lead there coming into this game. And I think that, yes, we are back on now. Barcelona with a corner. Is he going to put it in the box?
Using
We're
one
not
of the
seeing a lot of movement.
manual running front post. Is he going to flick it on? Again, like a pro club's tactic almost there. Gav
Yeah.
utilising there. One of the things that we have noticed this evening is Aubameyang, firstly, has played for many teams as he's playing for quite a few PMP sides, but also that Aubameyang card is clinical. And again, using this whole Foot Birthday Bakery with a premium Bakery Plus as well as the base premium, the base play styles that you can put on. This promotion that they've done, Doc, very strange. You have to buy a tradable card to turn untradeable. However, you can make that card the way that you want. And it looks like a lot of people are making a very deadly Aubameyang.
Yeah, they are. I'm mixed on this because I don't like the idea of people being forced to make cards untradeable just to have play styles.
Yeah.
But the people who are doing it and they're utilizing it, they're getting the best out of some of these cards. I put intercept and anticipate on my Pacho card, and he turned him into an absolute animal. So I understand it 100%.
Yeah. It feels
But
like a good
Colchester
promo if you're
looking for
untradeable.
say again.
It feels like a very good promo if you pack the card untradeable. I mean, you wouldn't go buying a CR7 using 4.5 million coins to then turn it into a card that will probably be, another evolution of it down the line. Maybe the same.
Yeah. Oh, great play by Barcelona. Great goal.
Oh, 2-0 to the Gabla. Again,
Yeah.
no pressure on this friendly. He turns up. As you said,
Yeah.
though, when the pressure is on, it's like a different game for him.
Yeah, and I wish I understood why that was. But that's an issue that Gav's going to have to find a solution for
Yeah.
himself. Smithy playing really poorly at the moment.
Yeah, he's not
No,
finding the rhythm yet. But that's credit to
no,
Gav.
but we've got that João Cancelo card's been upgraded now fully.
Yeah, 98
The
physical.
the Araujo card has now gone through its upgrade. You know, Petit from the season pass. Gav really utilising the SBCs to bring the best Barcelona players into his team.
Oh my gosh. Chesney with the freaking what are they called? Just ridiculous skill moves.
If Gav did that to me in a game, I'd break his legs.
Yeah, with the goalkeeper, Gav is either feeling himself or he is taking the piss a little bit,
I think he's taking the piss. I think he's got the early goals. He's forgot there's 60 minutes to go. And really, sometimes the best beast to fight is the one that you haven't woken.
And there's one there.
We see the goal coming in there from Goodwin. Again, a key player in this Colchester side, as we've seen week in, week out. Just an exceptional card that has been able to do wonderful things. And Gav really has woke Smithy up here. You'd have to say that provocation probably not needed, friendly or not, but certainly it has woken up something here, and we are going to see the equaliser.
Oh, do you know what? Really good composure to take that extra touch.
Yeah. I don't think I would have done it. I think I'd have been desperately trying to hit it into the goal.
Yeah.
So really, at 2-0 cruising, a very outrageous 5-star skill move from the goalkeeper, and Smithy doesn't like it. Smithy might be quiet, but he is quite tenacious, and he doesn't like people taking the piss out of him.
Don't get it twisted. That man has a lot of personality. Top bloke as well. Again, another founder in the PMP season 1. Mistake at the back again.
The bibble bobble.
The bibble bobble goal. Mr. Free School Mills is at it again. Oh, goodness me. Fermin looking to pass it to Free School Mills. He's through again. And again, that Tucker centre-half is very, very good. Vincent Young into Flanagan, moving it over to Iniolo. Is he going to be able to find that pass into the midfield now? Jack Payne making a run. Special card, by the way, for Colchester. Very special to Smithy. Is he going to cut that back to Davide? No, he's not.
It felt like he had an age to score that goal.
It did. It's like time slowed down a bit there, wasn't it? And he had too much to think about what to do.
Yeah, but a great first half. Gav with the 3 goals. You'd have to say it's been a pretty even game. However, Gav with the lead going into the second half and really playing with crazy confidence, particularly doing those kind of rainbow flicks with his goalkeeper. But yeah, fair play to Gav. He's come out, he's banished the performance from the week away, and he's looking to improve by playing a quality player here. So Barcelona coming into the second half with the lead against the mighty Colchester. Can they get the upset?
Again, very tricky one here. Are we going to see another 5 goals this second half? Normally, that's been the theme of tonight. 60th minute onwards, we've been seeing at least 3 goals a game. Smithy doing his best impression of a magician moving out of the way there and teleporting as we go into the second half. Now, Fermin with that technical plus, you're looking to utilise it. Jack Payne, fantastic pass into. Is he going to unleash Tavide? Araujo's too fast.
Yeah, Tavide is just one step, and then he had to stop his run and start again.
Yeah.
But looking good. Gav is having to turn a lot to find space. A lot of his passing is being quite left to right, whereas we're seeing Colchester coming more through the middle. Gav needs to be putting this into feet a little bit quicker than that.
Goodness me. Broken mechanics.
Well, also they know what's coming as well now.
Yes,
you can only get away with that a few times until you just got to head the ball out of position. Ooh, dangerous pass.
He's got to be careful here.
He's put himself under pressure, but if he utilises the wing here, he's pulled out Petit. He's in a great situation to score a goal. Still, can he do it? He's going all the way.
Wow, really good play. He's got to shoot. He's got to shoot sooner. And he'll know that, Smithy. He'll know that as well.
Yeah. But I mean, as soon as he dragged Petit out of position, the Barcelona team fell apart there.
Oh, 100%. It just shows how pivotal in this formation that CDM is. They're going to have pace, agility, balance, all of these key components. As Goodwin is through again, sitting him down.
Wow.
3-3.
That was a quality goal. That was a quality goal right there. Seeing a bit more penetration from Colchester here in this game versus Barcelona, but it's 3-3. And like when Madrid played earlier, there's players to come. There's players to come off this bench, and there's players to improve this team. And I think we could definitely see Gav making some of those changes. If I had the likes of Yamal, Hina,
Rafinha,
uh, Messi,
no,
I think I would be playing them a bit more than say Furman.
yes. Well,
But
there's one
obviously
thing that
that
Gav will do at some point in this game, as he normally does, is bring on that Alexis Sanchez. Maybe that's the Arsenal past and present bias that Gav has as an Arsenal fan. But we're seeing the absolute passion here this second half from Smithy. Ball into feet, saved by
that's so
Smithy.
unfortunate there from Smithy. That was a fantastic opportunity. We're not seeing any goals really scored from corners tonight, but I don't think
No,
we
we've
see a lot
seen
of
that,
goals
yeah.
scored in in FIFA as it is. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, the feet of Chesney there. A literal unbelievable save from the feet of
It
Chesney.
does feel like Smithy just hit the double tap shot as opposed to actually aiming it as well. If he put that across box, and we're seeing off the bench now, is he going to bring on Mbeek, the player who scored 2 the other week for Smithy? He has got a hell of a bench on him now.
Yeah, he's developed that bench incredibly well over the time that he's had it, and you've just got to give him full credit. The sheer number of hours that's gone into turning these cards into what they are is exceptional, and I think that shows the commitment and why these people understand these past and present players so well.
Oh, look, another little flick on looking to be
Yeah,
used there. As we see Fermin coming off for Alexis Sanchez, they're called earlier in terms of the subs. Smithy also making a few. Also nice to see the different cosmetics being used on these cards. Obviously, when you use a lower league side, the likelihood of them getting a special dynamic image is a lot less because EA don't seem to understand all of the games that go on in these lower leagues. So to have these nice retro cosmetics is really nice to see on these base cards.
definitely. And I think with Evos, we should see a return of silver and bronze team of the weeks. I'd like to
Oh, I
see
love
that.
that.
Especially with the opportunity to Evo cards for people who've, who support these smaller teams, not only in this country, but across the world. Davis Plays, for example, has a fantastic, I believe it's a Melbourne Thunder or Storm team.
Yes, that's
Or
all.
Wellington, I think it is, that he's developed. Again,
Ooh,
amazing.
what a
Amazing.
goal!
Oh, they might as well call him the hemorrhoid because pain is a pain in Gav's ass.
Smithy took that little flick very personally. Very
You know,
personally.
not unlike in the game with Lucy, where now the
Wow.
punishment comes. Now the
Smithy would
punishment
say it's
comes.
Davide time.
Yeah, I think he's asking, do you want a rainbow flick again? Because I can help you take the ball out of the net.
Gav's got to reply here with Pina though.
Pina on the bench. I mean, how does Pina not start? I really don't understand. I don't understand what this is just me. I don't understand what Gav is trying to prove by not playing these players because he's not good enough to not use the best players in the game. Much in the same way that I am not good enough to not use the best players available to me. And I think that he really should be utilizing Pina. No Patelas, no Bonmati, no Rolfo. I mean, the list is huge from the women's side.
I'm quite
No
shocked that we
Brooks.
haven't seen more of someone like Balde from Gav. I know he's got his own evolution from him as well, but he's normally a player that Gav goes on about. Free school meals, again, I'm going to kill that joke this evening with the rainbow flick. Is Gav just playing to try and score some nice goals now, or is he actually going to go back into the game now? Smithy, again, a lovely interception by his CDM into his right back, who he spent a lot of time evaling as well. Petit just losing that ball on that right hand side. Smithy can do a bit of game management now. 88 minutes in, 2-goal lead. He shouldn't have.
He wants 6-3. That's what he wants.
And let's be honest, it's what he deserves.
That was a hell of a shot. That was a hell of a shot. I think since Gav took off Furman and brought on Alexis Sanchez, he's lost a little bit of something.
Yeah.
I think Alexis Sanchez, it's not the greatest card. Gav, hopefully can nick a goal for his sake. But as we draw a close to this game, I'd have to say Gav really well played early starts of the game. I think that maybe there was a mentality shift from yourself when you did that little flick with your goalkeeper, but I don't think Smithy appreciated it, and it certainly woke something up in him that made him come on the pitch. And as we can see there, great substitutions made. He took off his cam when needed to. Payne exceptional. Tavide exceptional. 3 assists. Goodwin clinical. Just an outstanding game from Smithy. And this week, whoever has got him is going to have a difficult game to play because he has crafted a really good team. Like a lot of these teams in the championship, a very physical team, and I think just a fantastic way to bring an end to Friday night's action. We have had the best time doing this. As ever, thank you to every single person who took the time to stream tonight. The show happens because you guys share that. We've got Gav joining us now. We'll be able to bring Gav in for a few minutes here. Gav, how are you?
I've just quick sold Chesney. I'm not even joking. I've flipped it the lot. He's gone. He cannot save a thing. Since I've done him, I've been questioning it every single game. He can't catch a fucking cold. Useless piece of shit. Gone. Not in my club anymore. Not my goalkeeper.
Right. Gav, big question. Key question. What was going through your mind when you decided to do a rainbow flick with your goalkeeper at 2-0 up?
Oh, I was just fucking about.
I don't think you should have done that. Because when you did, it was like Smithy, I think,
took it personally.
Yeah, we've all seen The Last Dance, and I took that personally.
Well, it won't be happening again because Ter Stegen's only got 1-star skill moves.
True. No, Statue, I think, will be equally terrible, I imagine. No, I felt like you had the game, and then your concentration levels dropped, and it looked to me like you were in a really dominant position. And then I think that at the 30th minute, you forgot how far into the game you were. And then you did that and had to face 60 minutes of somebody being like,
he was angry. Smithy was angry. But one thing that we've highlighted throughout tonight is how good Aubameyang is. Gav, talk to me about that Aubameyang.
Mate, I love my Aubameyang. That's my birthday one. I got one of those position excellence cards on in there as well, so he's full chem, so he's even more dangerous.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Claudia Pina's not coming into the team.
Why?
I urge you, boys. No, I don't like her. She just gets bullied off the ball. Whenever I've used her, she just feels so slow since I evoed her.
So, Gav,
go on. No, go on, Tom.
You've been moving into that diamond formation. See, it's quite early on in those days. You're still kind of tinkering with that kind of individual instructions on players. Smithy very much doing the same. He's been using that formation for quite a while. Is that something you're going to stick with? Is it something you're going to continue to work on, or are you going to look to possibly change again?
I started using it about 3 weeks ago, there or thereabouts, and I've always been open with it. I've never got on with it. I hate it. I think it's just never been my sort of formation, but I'm persevering with it, and it's all right. It's doing all right.
Yeah, you can score the goals.
Not bad.
The defensive side can be quite hard of it as well.
Yeah,
I'm really happy that I can get Vidal in the team on full chem now, because even before this Evo, when he was 89, getting him in the team was a struggle because you could only ever get him on 1 chem.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's going to be good. I've got a couple more levels to do on him to max him.
Nice. Well, what a journey this team's gone through. What a journey you're going to go through now, Gav. You've got Benfica in your next game. Asa hasn't played for a while. Opportunity here for you, Gav.
There is, but I'm not looking forward to it. He's a good player.
He is.
He's a very good player.
He is.
And
but,
I'm going to say on record, I still don't think Sheep was on a hotspot.
What? So then he just played you on the internet and beat you.
Yeah.
Zimbabwean internet, that is.
It is. It is. It's that Zimbabwean internet. He's got the hook. He's got the hook. Going into this week, Gav. Do you think that Team Frenzy can pull it back a bit? Because obviously there's been a big. Sorry, Team Fitzy can pull it back a bit because there's been a big discrepancy in goals scored. Both me and you on the back end of some real howlers. We both conceded 8+ goals each.
I don't know what you're talking about, Doc. We just ignore those.
And
Ignore those results.
I know I'm going to be tapping up Fitzy for some training and stuff like that to try and make that a little bit better. I know that we have the resources, so I'm hoping this week that we can pull it back.
Yeah,
and we can. At the moment, it's a 3-point gap.
Yeah,
I believe.
20. What is it?
25 to 22.
25-22. Yeah, so nothing's changed.
Yeah, so nothing's changed, and we've got some big games coming up this week. How do you think your game's going to go? Do you think you can beat Azza?
it's tough because Az is a very good player, but he hasn't played in 2 months, and it depends on what player I turn up as
and what team he's got as well.
Well, yeah,
because obviously you've been working. I mean, even today you've managed to get that Evo done for the friendly. Like you're on it. So if you were going to have a change of system, is there a system that you like to play that maybe hasn't been effective, but that's the way you like to play?
Do you play with wingers?
I was doing. So I was. What was I doing before this? I was doing 4-4-1-1, but again, I'm not really a fan of that. 4-2-2, I don't mind. But at the minute, I hate to say it, but I am actually quite enjoying the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow.
It's weird. You got to persevere.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Formation. It is. It keeps you very solid. And it keeps you in games. I think sometimes where it falls down is if you go too far behind, it's a bit too defensive to pull back. But if you can, it will keep you in a game mainly. And I just want to say, Gav, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for playing the game.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. We're running a little bit late, so me and Tom are going to wrap up the show. But thank you very much, and I will catch up with you soon. Thank you for coming on tonight, Gav.
Cheers, Gav.
Catch you later.
See you later, buddy. Look after yourself.
You too. Bye.
So there we have it. Start of week 2. 2 games played, 2 different results for each side. We go into week 2 full of optimism. I know that there are some tough games for Team Fitzy. I know that I am going to have to break Watson's legs, arms, cheekbones, sternum to stop him because he's a giant. Lou has a hell of a team, and he's a hell of a player too. So that's going to be an interesting game to see whether or not I can show progress. I know you're very optimistic about your game going forward and the games that are coming. How do you think week 1 and 2 have gone?
Week 1, it's a toss-up really, because I had it down as 18 points to 18. That was before we had the inclusion of Lou and Wolfman joining us. So yeah, I had it very, very tight. I think Ryan had it as Team Frenzy being 3 points clear, so he was correct. I think you said, what was it, 22-16?
Yes.
Yeah, so roughly, not a couple of wins in it, but not too much. There's respect on both sides for sure. I mean, it's almost one of those ones this week now where if you've suffered a big loss, you want that redemption, but also you don't want to go chasing a victory from the minute 1, because if you don't play your game as we've seen tonight in some people, you're not going to get the result that you intend for. Pressure on my boys as well.
Sometimes there's system matchups as well that don't work in favor. They can go against you. But I'm excited for it. I know that I am open to changing everything at the moment in my team just to try and find the right solution. I'm looking forward to potentially putting Rijkaard into that Evo, but there may be some other players I've got as well that can fit it, which would be fantastic just to see. And we'll take that team forward, and coming next week, we will definitely be competitive. I know I'm playing on Tuesday against Lou, so I'm looking forward to that.
And you've got a great captain. You've got a great coach.
We do have a great captain. Captain. Who I believe might be currently streaming.
He is, and he's got a couple of lads from the Discord in there now. He's just started. I have just got a little peek on the screen now. very violent game from the little peek I've had in the corner here. Definitely something Ryan's going to enjoy. Definitely something if you're into kind of these storylines kind of games with a bit of violence and tactical play. Definitely something to go and watch. Great lad, great captain, great Discord leader, fantastic Pro Clubs player. We'll be seeing that as well on Sunday.
We will. And Tom, thank you for taking time to come and present tonight, do commentary. I know you've had a long day yourself, so thank you very much. And to everybody who joined in tonight, to everybody who watched or has watched or will rewatch, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure doing these things, and just getting to have fun with our mates is what makes it all so enjoyable for us over here. And I just wanted to wish everybody a good night from myself, and good night from Tom. And we just wish you well. And if you want to get involved in the P&P League, if you want to be involved in the Discord, you can reach Tom at Frenzy2806, I think, across all platforms.
All platforms.
Yeah. TikTok, Instagram. TikTok.
No, personal Instagram only.
Personal Instagram, right? So TikTok, Twitch, all of those kind of things. You can find Tom there. And as the week goes on, we'll be getting our predictions out on X, as well as playing our games and hopefully getting the results. So we will catch you all soon. Thank